boy Cuban Link is in the building. Man, Devell, Debo, Makafee. That's a badass last name, man.
I appreciate you, bro. What's up?
Makafee's a badass name.
We gotta act like yesterday ain't never happened, right?
Yeah, we gotta act like that because we put too much energy. I did. I was putting too much energy.
Apologize to me right now how you fucked up all my views. Apologize.
Nah, you loved it actually. You the one who prepped me for that. Behind the scenes, you was prepping me like that was great. Richie Rich, what's up? Nah, I definitely apologize for my behavior. It was a little too rowdy, a little too in my feelings with a lot of things. So
Nah,
we know what's up.
You a real one. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. I mean, even though I gave the emotions of who I am, I do
Yo,
that.
Cuban.
I just didn't want to.
Today, you're not gonna cut me off. I need you to understand.
Big Omar, what's up, baby?
I need you to understand who you are as a person. Like who you are, that's rare to find in a person, my nigga. Like in today's era, where it's nothing but fake motherfuckers and computers and AIs and all that shit, human emotion and contact is really hard to find, bro. You know what I'm saying? And us as men,
You, brother. Thank you for that, man.
us as men, we're always guarded with our feelings and our emotions and our egos and our pride, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's a person like you is hard to come by as you know what I'm saying, because you're a genuine person and you never hide who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're transparent and you tell the truth, and you tell your peoples when they're right and when they're wrong. I've always seen you that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably my one of my weaknesses, and it's also probably one of my strengths. You know
I
what I'm saying?
mean, that's the yin and the yang, bro. It's a balance.
That's life. That's life, man. That's life, man. So yeah, man. Yesterday we had a crazy rodeo show here, man.
Yo, yesterday was 94 hardcore.
I didn't. When I look back at it, I was like, yo, we was here for 8 hours going crazy, and not even that. I was like,
And we're gonna be here for another 8 talking real shit.
no way, hell no, we're not doing
Yes,
that.
you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
No,
Yes, you
we're
are.
not.
I count one cigarette. Everybody count with me. He smoked one cigarette
There you go.
before he
You give me a
sparked up.
compliment, then you take me down with it. Remember me, my guy, Lil Ville's ranch baby all day, man. The ranch, man.
Yo, listen, we're gonna be more active with the chat too
Omar,
today.
what's up, Pop?
We're gonna be more active with the chat too today, man.
Ray
Salute to everybody.
Collier, Ray Colon, what's up, baby? Humble Gemini, my beloved. Wayne TV, you already know, man. Q-Pac, remember? Q-Pac. Pause. But yeah, Q-Pac. Back for round 2, the chef is, and probably I gotta monitor the thing, because the trolls was taking your attention away yesterday. I wasn't even looking at. You know what it is? I got caught up with just our conversation. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot we even being watched here. I'm talking to you how I felt. So I was into our conversations like back in the Bronx days. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like having that homie talk after a while. How much I got disappointed when I seen y'all really not do what you supposed to do.
I don't know about that disappointing shit.
I mean, me, that was personally out.
That's personal.
Like you said, I'm genuine with it. I gotta let it out my sleeve.
Nah, be you, my nigga. Don't hold back.
But at the end of the day, when I care that much, because I got love. You know what I'm saying? I got love, and I'm glad you understood that, because saying most people would have been like, you know what, Bill, you disrespected me, you did this. But I know we come from that cloth of them days. Most people would have been like, you know what, Bill,
hold on for a second. Hold on.
But I know we come from that.
I just had to turn the computer down and shit, because it's gonna double what you call it.
Oh yeah, let's not curse anything, so we can make it happen. Like, come on.
Yeah, you can hear me, right? You can hear me good, right?
Yeah. So I heard you cursed already. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, because we wilded out. Like if that joint got monetized yesterday, I would have been like this. Yo, we good.
Sacavo.
I would have woke up this morning like, yo, I don't care. Fuck it, we good. But nah, I didn't like the my energy towards it. It's like, I saw myself getting dark. Like when I replayed it, so I was like, nah, man,
Humble Gemini.
I'm not gonna let that darkness. Yeah, but that's still like it's not a good energy for me to have.
Let's keep it organized, man. Let's get to some topics, man.
Let's get to Patrol. You know, I haven't been drinking. I've been working out and all that, so
I know.
I was throwing them back like water. I'm like this. I wasn't even. Usually, like I told you, I'll be like, yo, I'm drunk. Yo, I'm nice. Like I say that to myself and I say it out loud. You know what I'm saying?
For those who don't know,
I wasn't even saying that. I was like.
For those who don't know, me and my brother yesterday, we shared a 7-hour stream. Like we broke night, like old school back in the day shit. You know what I'm saying? So excuse my language. I'm gonna tone down on what you call it. But we broke night, right? And we were just like putting out our feelings or just the world, life.
Yeah, I was cursing my
Everything.
enemies
Yeah.
out too. Even though
Yeah.
those are my enemies, I think I gave them too much energy and
And
attention.
for some reason, I told him, you know what I'm saying? He didn't believe me. Watch time is a mother. I mean, yeah, like watch time, you get a lot of views on watch time. He woke up to like 50 something K. He was like, yo, I ain't know that. You know, I was like,
It was 59K, like in 12
59K.
hours.
It was almost 60K in 15 hours, 12 hours.
But
Yeah.
me and you, two young kids from the Bronx, that, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, really ain't out there like that. Like
Ain't
that was
nothing young
crazy.
about us, bro.
That means it was a lot of love.
Ain't nothing young about us. You just because you cut your beard and your mustache don't mean you 30 years old, bro.
You know what I put? I put the retouch here too. It makes it look quick. You use a button there, you put retouch. You look a little younger too. I don't know what it is, but press it and it come out clearer. Press the button. Look, it is hot. In your
Well,
sidebar, you see it?
yeah, I see it. Let me
Touch it.
see.
Let me see what it does to you. Let me see.
It looks like a wand or something.
Yeah, one with the twinkly thing.
Retouch on.
You
Okay,
see,
that was
look, it was smooth and all a little bit ugly still, but a little smoother. So yeah, man, we had a blast
how
last
you
night.
feeling though? How you feeling though, bro?
I
How you
got a
feeling today?
hangover, man. I don't even get hangovers, like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm you know what I'm saying. But anyway, back in the days, it was never like I was never a hangover dude. Like
Right.
so, when I woke up with a hangover today, I was like, yee, I'm not doing this like this. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't need that. You know what I'm saying? I usually drink when somebody is with me drinking. So I was doing it dolo. I'm thinking you drink it through the screen, like let's take a shot, like on my head, like.
Well, I was though. We was taking shots, bro.
Yeah, you had water.
I didn't have no water. I had Baileys.
You had water. This is water.
Hey, yo, I don't like the way you drinking that, my
I
boy.
don't like the way you're looking at me, drinking that. Slow down, man. So yeah, man. So I mean, the main topic yesterday, as far as like,
let's get into these topics, man. Like, let's just talk, man. We're gonna
no,
be
but
here
let's
we're gonna
recap.
be here till 8 in the morning.
I'm gonna recap. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the main topic of me, what I wanted to get out that live yesterday from the beginning. I'm saying before the drunkenness said it, was really, just like kind of let you know that what I'm saying, like we need to be like the real dudes that I know been in my life or shared energy, from back then, even now. Like the truth is important. I wanted to make that point, especially to you as a friend, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you be honest, the scenes, you know how I feel and all that, but it's like if we let lies and narratives that are wrong and then just be out there like that and challenge, it's gonna be the truth. And that's what's been going on for a long time. You know what I'm saying? Especially with, in my storyline that I'm saying.
100%.
By people not saying the truth, even when the proof is there. So by people not standing on the truth and really advocate for it and be like, yo, now this is what it is. And you know what I'm saying? That's been going horribly wrong in my story because the other guys been getting a lot of accolades and a lot of love and through false pretenses. You know what I'm saying? As far as like I said, the love that he's supposed to have for Pun, how he treated Pun, how he passed, how he treated his family, all of that. I don't want to, that's something that I'm throwing at him to booby trap him. It's just the things that he actually did.
No, I understand.
So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's an ugly stain that he put on himself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His betrayal, is playing the camera one way, being one way, and then, behind the scenes doing another. And, to me, that's a dishonorable quality to have, man. And, you know what I'm saying? He had used that against me, those type of tactics. And the reason I'll be going hard when I see him mess up and actually do some foul shit, I'll put it out here because I want the people to know, yo, listen, man, because I know he talks and he has a narrative about me. So how you gonna believe the narrative he's been having about me when he's capable and he's been doing this to y'all all this time? Look, it's in black and white. It's, what he did. You know what I'm saying? So he been dropping out.
I for one never believed the narrative anything when it came to your name. You know what I'm saying? I know what's up when it comes to you. That's first and foremost.
Yeah, but you seen the back of it, the business side, how his business grew. And he's this guy over here, telling lies and putting others down, stepping on other people's necks because he's up there. He got the position to do it. And he's doing it to people that, you know what I'm saying, like deliberately and purposely, like on some bully shit. It's like, you know what I'm saying, like the guy in jail that's cool with the CEO. That's how he's doing it. He's not doing it like the gangster. He's doing it like the guy that, the favorite prisoner. And he knows the warden, and he could get away with things because he knows the warden. That's how he made me feel between like the hip hop industry and me. Like he keep doing the old pointing fingers at me and putting me down, whatever. behind the scenes that messing up my business. So that's why I wanted you to really correlate with that with me and understand maybe that business side, so you could understand how important it is for dudes that I respect in the game, that's been in the game, to be like, nah, Q, this dude did this, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's bad for business, but you got to say the truth in that aspect, right? Just like mine, my accolades and my downfalls too. You know what I'm saying? Because I took them throughout the years. So I was here in the hot seat, talking to the people, telling them the truth. And the other hand, this dude over here is playing the masquerade, and he did a lot of evil stuff. You know what I'm saying? That I guarantee you, if y'all know, or if you start finding out, you'd be like, damn.
No, I know quite a bit. Like I said, you know, say, yo, for everybody in here, hit that like button, man. Y'all know what it is, man. There's only 6 likes and
And
84
it
people
affected
so
other
far.
people.
Hit
It
the like
affected,
button.
Pun's family, kids. It affected all of that. Like, when you start involving kids, it's like, wow, what kind of devil could you be? You know what I'm saying? To have that type of energy for the bloodline of somebody who helped you so much,
Right.
made you money, changed your family's social status in life, so they can have a better life. Like, how you gonna take away from that family, the guy who made you? So that's how serious it is to me, because it's personal. But just wanted to make sure me and you knew that, and we did get that after 7 hours. I think I know where you stand, and I appreciate your love, brother.
Yeah, nigga, and I could say it here. I could say it here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I seen it in black and white. At the end of the day, Pun is my brother too. You know what I'm saying? So, and we go way back. It ain't like I just, I met y'all once or twice and kept it moving. Like, we hung out and told each other's dreams of what we gonna do when well, I was in the industry already. Well, what y'all was gonna do, y'all get in the industry and all that shit. So at the end of the day, I could say for what I seen was 100% wrong. And
I'm
I would,
selfish, especially. I'm selfish with the love with Pun. It's like, if you love my brother, state you love my brother. Because if you love my brother, there's no way in the world you're gonna have love for this other dude that did this to my brother. That, especially those that came up with us. So that's why I put you in that line of fire, because I think it was a
number
great
one, you ain't put
job.
me in no fucking line of fire,
Now I
nigga.
put you there in the line of fire,
No, I'm
brother.
gonna put you in.
I put
I'm gonna put
myself
you.
in
I'm gonna
front of
put
it. We
that
all gotta be
painting.
in the line of fire.
I'm gonna
It's
put that
no
painting in
stop.
the line of fire. Move out the way, cause that painting gonna be in the line of fire. That's a
Don't start,
22-inch
don't
TV,
start.
bro.
Don't start. Anyway,
You try to
I'm
make
still
that
mad
TV.
at
You try to
Pearl.
make that TV low key bigger, bro. You try to make it bigger. It's the same TV from yesterday. It's
No,
22
it's
inch.
not. No, it's not.
Yesterday,
The other one was on top.
you just put your phone closer to the fucking what you call it. That's
The
the
living room
TV.
TV, man. That was my room. But anyway, um, I'm still mad at Pearl though. You know what I'm saying? I take back the actual manner it came out, and the disrespectful as me. So that was the anger I had. It's
That's
like,
a conversation y'all gotta have, though.
nah, ain't no conversation, man. I already know where you stand. Like, it's no love lost, but it's love. It's kind of respect lost because I wasn't ready for that. It was like,
Yeah,
damn, Pearl to me is one of those lyrical dudes that even inspired me when I was coming up with them.
yeah,
Like, everybody had a lyrical dude in their
yeah,
team, and
yeah.
definitely, even though you was dope as hell, uh, like Pearl had that flow. It's like the smooth, understandable corner flow.
Mm-hmm.
That me and Pun always, gravitated to. We always give him
Right,
compliments on how nice he was as an
right.
artist. So maybe I took that and was like, yeah, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
what you don't know, what you did, and I'm gonna keep it 100 here. What you did was had the understanding of 2 niggas that you thought in your heart, that you knew in your heart that was your boys and loved you and Pun 100% to death. And anything that went against Pun should go against, you know what I'm saying, like the other side.
Especially after
Especially,
all this time.
especially after all this time, and I understand that.
And
You know
y'all
what I'm saying?
seen the story, like, you seen
Right,
what's going on. Like,
right.
I expect those dudes
Right,
that
but
that, that,
it looked like
that put this.
it looked like we took a stance of just like playing it directly in the middle. We're gonna
Okay.
mind our business. We ain't got nothing here to do with nothing, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But we also came from a place where we knew Joe. You know what I'm saying? Before y'all, and we knew y'all too. But it
We
was
did,
2
we did.
different relationships. But I can say, if
That
vice
was actually
versa,
label mates too, right?
yeah, no, we wasn't. Me and
No.
you were label mates. No,
Okay, later on, like
me,
Atlantic, and yeah, right.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Atlantic. We was on Atlantic. Me and you were label mates. You know what I'm
saying?
saying? But like I said, I'm not gonna say that for show and glow to say Pun is my brother and shit, just to show off and shit like that. Like, that nigga was my man, just like you my man. And I can understand what you're saying, because if any one of us did some foul shit to each other, one gotta check the other to be like, yo, motherfucker, like, what the fuck you doing? Fucking up, you know what I'm saying? With the
Cursing, you
family and
see,
all
it's
that
over.
other shit.
The cursing.
Okay? Oh, I'm sorry. But no, we passed the time of what you call
No,
it.
I
We're
don't
not
even
done.
know when. When is it? I don't even know, but
Yeah, it's 15 minutes. We passed the time. We good.
no, right now
Good.
you just turned 15. It don't matter.
Yeah,
I
I know
don't know
you.
how
I
to
know
fix
about
this.
YouTube better than you. Don't worry about that.
All
But
right, cool. Cuba
that's
with the
like it.
upper
That's like
belt.
it.
Gotta
That's like
respect
if
it.
you. That's like if you was doing something to a Sace and it was messed up, and I would be like, "Yo, what's up? Like, what you doing? Like, Sace is our
Yeah,
brother."
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I
It's like
understand. I understand the stance where you're coming from. Is what I'm saying.
no, definitely. But this is a story that's not for everybody. It was out there for everybody to watch. It's been out here for everybody to watch. Like
Oh, them views is
the fun.
picking up, my boy. Everybody in the chat, hit that like button,
Oh
man.
yeah, hit that like button, man.
It's Cuba and Debo, man. Hit that like button. So listen, you know what's crazy? A lot of people are surprised because they know me from the battle rap world, not too
all
much
right.
in the music world.
Get this. Oh, I got to do this right. That's right.
Go ahead.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah, out of here this time. I ain't gonna be gassing. Cause my brother was getting gassed up more than anything. You know what I'm saying? But you when I start talking, they start looking at the comment. I see that the you know what I'm saying.
Yo, man. Like I said, hit them like buttons, please. You know what I'm saying? It's me and my brother right here going back to back, having a good time. Yo, we was having a good time yesterday. I ain't gonna lie. You was telling some good stories too. I'm trying to remember the ones that was good and not like troublesome, but the ones that
Nah, I
was
told
good.
some stories that I mean
No, some good stories. You know
they
what? You got to tell us again. You know what story I want you to tell that had no to deal with no bullshit. Because nobody asked you, bro. I said, yo, the Neptunes did your first joint, man, for still telling lies.
the what? The Neptunes, yeah,
The Neptunes.
the
Yeah.
Neptunes did it right after yeah, the put your hand with my eyes can see after Buster
Yeah, those
record.
dudes, but I'm talking about the Neptunes,
Yeah,
Pharrell and
that's what I'm saying. But
Chad
they wasn't blown like the
did your
Neptunes, like
yeah.
Pharrell wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
How was that
I'm
studio
happy.
session?
He wasn't I'm
Yeah.
happy guy yet.
How
You know
how
what I'm
was
saying?
that studio session? Because this is gonna obviously stay up this time. So how was that
Oh, you want
studio
me to repeat
session?
that one? That was yeah, he came
'Cause
in with a cowboy hat, man. This dude comes in with a cowboy hat looking like he's about to do the hold down. The hold down dance. You know what I'm saying? With two girls, because he had two of them by the
like
arm.
this on the
Yeah,
arm.
bad joints, bad, beautiful, glamorous little joints. Like and young at the time, they're like 20 something. You know what I'm saying? But they,
Yeah, because we was
beautiful,
all young
beautiful,
around that time. Yeah.
beautiful. He came in and him and you told me the Filipino guy, right?
Yeah, Filipino, Chad
I
Hugo.
thought it was,
Chad.
I said Asian anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, him.
Pharrell and
He
Chad.
came later. He came later and he was actually messing with the sound and all that. Pharrell just doing the feeling the vibe with the girls. I think that's what he did. He brought them girls to feel the vibe of this song.
Right.
It was like, 'cause I fell in love with that, them drums. Just those two things.
Right.
Smack it. And that was like when the chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like Shakira, when she do the belly dance, it's like, don't they move the hips. It
Mm-hmm.
made me realize like that's that type of beat. Like I want the girls to be doing things like that.
Right.
So, the girls started, dancing around. It was crazy because he had a little party within himself in front of me. Like
Right.
it's not like he was sharing the girls.
Right.
He's like, not for you, kid. No, I was respectful with everything because I was there for the actual song to get mixed. So he was just vibing. The Filipino guy, I forgot his name.
Chad. It's Chad. His name is Chad.
Chad.
Yeah.
He was the one, putting the levels up and everything. So he got it to a certain place. He got it to a certain place, and he's like, wow. When you mix, you playing that song over and over and over.
Mm.
So I heard every instrument get crazy and brighter, and more, thicker with the actual bass and the music. So yeah, he stood there probably like an hour. Chaz did, and then Pharrell's the finisher.
Right.
Pharrell, you know what I'm saying? He put the girls by the couch and all of that. He got
Right.
it in the mix, and he started doing his thing with it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It was like a video, like he's doing this like for TV. And we wasn't
Right.
recording him or nothing, but he was just like doing his thing. He's skinny as hell too. He wear like a bucket change, wet. So he just got it to the point. Like I heard him when he got it to the point of, tweaking up the whole surrounding thing as far as mixing, doing the drops. You know what I'm saying? They're just having a just by itself. And they waited 8 bars.
Yeah,
So
that
it
was the
was
guitar part.
amazing. It was amazing. It was an amazing session. And it was just us there. Like Joe didn't come. Nobody else really from the Terror Squad came.
Right.
So it was just me, Chaz, Pharrell, two girls, and the engineer. It was a private session.
Why you ain't videotape that or something?
They didn't really have no phones back then.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, no phones. I was still with the 8 tracks, the big RT. Yeah, man. Those are the big, crazy reels.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
we were still with the big, RD2, RTD2, whatever, from Star Wars. They was back there. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, which because we're gonna get some real positivity out of you today. Which one was your first joint that came out? Was it Flowers for the Dead or Still Telling Lies?
The what? What you say?
Which one that
Oh,
came
look,
out
I was
first?
reading this right here. Look at it. Metro Nashville Police Department.
Yeah, I seen it.
I was like, what the hell? You got the cops here? Matter of fact, let me send you back to Nashville right now. So we're gonna send you right back to Nashville, sir.
They trying to Rico everybody, even the
Oh,
old name.
I wasn't doing nothing. I'm not in Nashville. Get away from me.
Which joint,
Even
what's
though
your first?
shout out to Nashville, but
Shout out to Nashville for sure. When was Flowers for the Dead was your first joint that came out, right?
Flowers for the Dead. Oh no, Still Telling Lies King.
Still Telling Lies was your first one?
Oh no. Flowers for the Dead.
It was Flowers for the Dead.
Flowers for yeah, Pun Pass, and we had to rededicate that to him. You know what I'm saying? I had to go back into the studio and just
No,
change.
okay, now saying, hold on. You said rededicate. Was
Yeah,
Flowers
no,
for the Dead?
that was the song that was just for those that passed away. I never had
Oh,
nobody.
word?
Yeah, nobody really close died to me. At
That,
that
that,
time, I
that's
just made,
that's a
like everybody
that's
was
a
making a
fun
song,
fact.
but everybody was making a song for R.I.P. dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But there's a lot of them. At that time, it was a lot of R.I.P. songs. My
Right.
Dedicated to My Soldiers. I forgot who sung that. I think Nas's Man sung a song for that. It was big.
Right. And like P Rock and Seal Smooth, they
Not
reminisce
nothing
on you and
reminisce.
all that.
Reminisce.
No,
But
no,
no,
I'm saying the type of
the
songs.
motivation for that song was actually the beat because his name is Chi. He made the beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
CHI. Um,
That was from the old novella. That was from the old novellas and shit. I forgot what it
yeah,
was
from
called.
General Hospital, I think.
General Hospital or Guiding Light, one of the joints.
No, got it. Like it was a hospital.
Okay.
Yeah. Or no. I was right. It's the other one. But not General Hospital. It was the other one. Times. It goes.
Somebody in the chat, man, if y'all know the sample and whatnot for
Come
Flowers
on,
for the
that's
Dead.
Days of Our Lives.
Nah, I know Days of Our Lives, bro.
That wasn't it.
I used to watch that novella.
Doom, 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 doom,
I'm
doom,
surprised
doom,
I even
doom.
cleared that sample, bro. That was a popular joint.
Yeah, that was a big. That's what I'm saying. He cleared it though. She cleared it.
So
And it was just a song that I made because I was such a DRS fan. Remember,
right,
this town's dedicated
right.
to my
To my
homie and
homies,
that gangster
it's a
lean.
man.
That was it for the hood. Why did you have to go so soon? And they like those are a group of
Yeah,
Nate dogs, really, because those are hood gangsters
right,
singing, and
right.
they just had that West Coast flavor. I love that. I love that song.
So the first joint
Just
you did
the
for Flowers for the
sentiments of
Dead, the
the
first joint
actual.
you did to hold on, the first joint you did for Flowers for the Dead wasn't about pun. It was just about people that passed away.
It was the same first verse.
Right.
Same first verse.
Same first verse.
I changed the second verse because I made up. Remember, I had nobody really like that died to me that was
Right.
close that I could tell a story. So I'm imagining, like, saying the feeling of the song and it's hitting me. Actually, I was with Domingo in the studio. The dude sung the hook. I wrote the hook.
Mm-hmm.
So once I wrote the hook, he was right there with me and he went into the booth and started. We laid down the hook. Hook came out crazy with the.
Domingo sound good.
I'm in the background with the.
Mm-hmm.
And he doing.
Was you like emotional in the studio? You was like, yo, this shit.
His hair started standing up, everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, like a week goes by when we do the hook, and his stepfather gets killed in the bodega thing. They blow his brains out. I was like, what are you telling me? You know what I'm saying? So all of that things like happening shit, right? To happen to him. And I was like, because when I did that, when we touched that beat up, and he did the hook, and we did the, in the studio, you put the echoes in the background and everything. So it's like so air, like,
Mm-hmm.
it was just, say airy. It was very
Yeah.
airy. Like,
Yeah.
and it felt like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might feel the santo next to you when you just put
Mm-hmm.
the instrumental to it. So with the ding, 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 Yeah, that happened to him. Then I lay my vocals. I lay, you know what I'm saying? I lay my vocals, everything. First verse, it stood the same as far as like what I kept. And your twin, we've been best friends ever since. I was imagining not pun, but I was imagining, okay, I need to tell 3 stories. You know what I'm saying? 3 stories of you know, sadness, you know, my pain for those that passed away. And if I always make things personal. So even back then, I made that personal. And then the second verse, it was about like a girlfriend I had, and she died in a car accident.
That was real?
No, no, but I don't know. So if not even the first one was real. Like you know, I have a best friend that died on me, you know, or a family member that died. You know, so everybody was alive at that time. So I had to. I ventured into this darkness because of the beat, because of my idea of why I saw this song, and I wanted to make it to compete with the gangster lean. You know what I'm saying? And you know, saying and throw, of course, that Spanish element with it. So that was the idea. And then I finished the joints. That was actually one of my first 5 joints I did. I recorded them. There wasn't still mix and all that, so they were still just like from the studio demos. I took it to Pun. I let him hear what I was doing. That was like the beginning of my Still Telling Lies, Flowers for the Dead.
He heard them shits.
Yeah, he heard Flowers for the Dead. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He heard it.
Yeah, my timeline is off. I'm thinking he probably was gone after, and then that came out.
No. I'm trying to tell you. I take it home because I was excited. I'm like, my brother hear it. You know what I'm saying? I need still somebody to guide me. He already did it with you know, Capital Punishment. And I was there to help him. So I'm like this, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, tell me what you think. Am I on the right path? Like that. He was loving it. He was loving everything I was doing. You know what I'm saying? He was just telling me it was a little too commercial and shit like that. Because I still haven't worked in this drug shit yet.
That sounds like him. That sounds
like him. I still didn't work on the street joint because I was working let's get the big records out first. And then I can concentrate on the street and stuff. You know, we balance it out. Right. So he heard it. He heard it. And it was like, he congratulated me. Like, yo, that's crazy cute, especially Flowers for the Dead. Like, he just loved it. He also loved gangster.
He was like, I know him. He's like, play that shit again. He probably had you play it 20 times. I know him.
Yeah, Pun was one of those.
And he wouldn't let you leave either. You was there till 3 a.m.
I let him. I let him hold the. You know, okay. I gave him the tape. So he gave me good feedback on that. And then a couple of months later, man, he passes away. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He passes away. You know, so Atlantic and Loud Records. Well, Loud Records. They wanted to. And Joe and them too. Like, I think it was Atlantic really and Loud Records. They really wanted me to make that my first single. Right. But then I gotta make this shit my first single. Now I had to go back there and dedicate it to Pun, right? So the first verse, 20 we've been best friends ever since we were little kids, that shit stood there. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I added in at the end, I added the rest in peace, you know, the Pun, his name, on the ending of the first verse. And then the second verse I had to rewrite. So I rewrote I took out the girl that died, you know what I'm saying, the accident that I had originally, and I put a verse just for him. But in the first verse, the way Twin We've Been Best, like that was strictly for him without me even knowing. That's why I'd be eerie to this day that I wrote that. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. So,
wow. So the first verse actually wasn't for him, but it fit perfect because
how he died and everything was like this. Like
Chacho, man.
You know, that permission was crazy. But I rewrote the second verse, and then I kept the last. This is dedicated to the ones who never made it, because that was just a little bridge dedication.
Yeah, it made sense for a conclusion. Got you. Made it general.
So I never changed that. So the only thing I changed from that really is the second verse. I took my girl, she was killed in a car crash, and you know what I'm saying, how much I loved her and all that. I didn't know nothing about love like that. You know, I was married at the time too. So, so yeah, that's how eerie that situation went. And then of course I could go to Mary J. No More Drama. She used the same beat. No More Drama. No.
Was you mad when she did that? Low key, keep it on it.
I was but nigga, when you touch something, and especially if you touch it and you make it classic and you make it like a whole brand new vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like I get happy with that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like even when they did the Senorita song that I wrote the hook for, right? No, even when they redid it, Puffy, remember DJ Khaled did it over. But he did it with the Spanish, the Senorita, dun-dun, dun-dun, Dun-dun,
Got you.
dun-dun, dun-dun.
Got you.
And that's also Flowers for the Dead's drums. Same
Right.
drums. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So all of those, they got similarities to them. But then Khaled did the remix to Senorita with the I forgot who was the artist. But it was still dope. I ain't gonna front. I still like that song. I think Senorita is better because it's more. I thought they would take that hook and sing it like he was singing it, but they didn't take it. But that song Senorita was a hit in Puffy album, regardless.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's a fact. He should have made it a video. They just didn't. But that was one of the main reasons.
That's a fact.
He gained a lot of Latino.
You told me that when you wrote that hook for Senorita, right?
Oh, we're not reading the chat. Wait.
Oh, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Yo, please hit the like button. Hit the like
a lot
button.
of Gene Deal government sack or killed the best rappers. Then it's all love. Gene Deal is the truth, man. Gene Deal is the truth.
Shout out to Gene
Anyway,
Deal.
but I know about him. Kept to the stat. In real life, and his stories be real. Like Gene Deal, you know Gene Deal, right?
Yeah, I know about him. I know about him. I never met him though.
He was really Puffy's like Puffy and Biggie.
Did you met him, right?
Hell, we got a crazy story together way back. He looked out. Yeah, he was one of those real ones, for real. Him, Black Tone, and when they was doing security for Puff back then, they was real ones. They came through and needed a time of need. So I respect Gene.
Tell I'm not gonna let you get away with this one. Tell me that story when you told me about when you wrote the hook and J-Lo was in the studio.
Oh, we had that. I don't even know if I could do it again like that. I don't know if I could even say it again. Wow.
It wasn't bad though, man. It wasn't
with a
crazy.
little happy face like after she started doing that.
But you told me in the end of the story like it was pretty much J-Lo that co-signed that hook. Like, yo, this is
she co-signed it.
Well, everybody like Joe and Diddy didn't know. Joe and Puff didn't know if that was like it. They was like, is it? We don't know. And she was like, nigga, you crazy? This is hard.
Yeah, we was all there. Yeah, that was a real story. Like I was still living in the projects in Little Villas over there in 167, and I had to write that hook. And I told you I took the when I went to the session, and I got put with that job. It was me and Joe in there, and Joe kind of assigned me for me to do that. You know what I'm saying? He just took me along for me to, because me and Pun used to be the ones who write. So, Pun didn't go that day. It was me and Joe. That's when we was cool. You know what I'm saying? We was vibing with each other. Now we learning. You know what I'm saying? Like we already got like a deal. He was ready to shop on my deal, so he was happy. We was happy with each other. So I used to travel with him to certain places, especially like the Puffy party, and things like that. Puffy Studio. We started the relationship like that. And we go to Daddy's house. That was a studio at 44th Street. That's where it was going. And I went over there, and he just started playing like songs, like Puff just went to the studio and started saying, and he went straight to that song, to the Senorita song, and because we was the Spanish guys in the industry, so I guess what I'm saying, he wanted to throw that for us to work. At the time, I didn't know. There was like so many people was ghostwriting for Puff. Puff, he write his own stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I was over there. I heard a different thing. The Twisted joint. Remember, this is Life After Death. The album, and that era. You know what I'm saying? Puffy. Biggie was still alive. Right. Biggie was still alive. Because we went to see him later on. But the Senorita story, he played that beat. He told me, "Yo, Q, you think you could do that?" And I was like, hell yeah. I love that beat. You know what I'm saying? Especially Jada's verses was on there.
Right. So Jada wrote all three verses.
All three verses. Killed it too. But his voice was on it. Like, I know y'all heard it with Puffy, but if y'all would have heard it with Jada, it would have been, it's a whole different vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just way better. If you give the Puffy joint like a 7 or 8, Jada was a 10, 11. Like his performance on it, the way his voice went with the beat. Jada be bothering shit when you get on it. So this one was like that girl, edgy, Latino, sexy. It was just that. So my mind went straight to that, like how to bring the cultures together. It's funny. We was doing that anyway back then. But how to really do it in lyrical form, in words, without being corny or without losing its definition.
Right.
So that's what I did. I did the Miami Ben Aki, I want to be your papi chulo. It's the same thing I'm saying in English and Spanish. So it's like
Right.
I'm ad-libbing myself, but just defining what I'm saying in English and Spanish in the same space. So
Yeah,
that's why
you stole my style. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Hey, stop. You was doing the push nickers with the Spanish. Stop shit. You was doing it. Stop. It's a whole different style.
We
You was
gotta
push
turn
nicking
up,
it
bro.
out.
Even though we're
You
not
was
drinking, we still gotta turn
you are
up.
the first one to do the push niggas in Spanish. That was you.
Okay.
Big Debo. Oh, man, salute to the chat. So where we was at? Okay, I took it
About
home.
the hook, yeah.
It was a cassette tape that I took. He didn't really want to give it to me because Kiss's words with it, but that's I used to do it back in the days. And that's when I knew Puff didn't really care. Like he didn't mind being entertained. Like, he'll buy your song. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the type of dude that he'll tell you, he wrote that, but and he'll tell you that. But then when it comes to the credits, he won't give you no credits. That's the problem. That's why people have problems with him. Because he'll be like, yeah, I'll buy it for you right there. Okay, yeah. And people wanted to be part of what he was doing. He was on top of the world.
Right.
He was on top of the world. His number one artist, him and Mace at the time, and Biggie. So you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to be down with Bad Boy at the time. You know what I'm saying? We had open door with us, through situations. But took home the cassette tape with the Senorita song on it. I broke Nike. It was in my project. There was some projects like Lil Will's in my project.
So you was on No Way. You was on Puff Daddy and the Family No Way Out. Like you ghost wrote that chorus. I got it right here. That's why I pulled it up.
I wrote it.
I'll put it up. I brought it up. It says, "Mommy Venaki, I want to be your
but
Papi
you
Chulo,
see Felix
can't you see?"
Delgado there. You don't see no co-production there or written by Hook, nothing, right?
Right.
But he did to me, right? So of course I got the manager, the fat guy. Remember the fat guy? The fat guy is the one who's supposed to manage. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yo, just give my credit. I don't want no paper. Like we building a relationship. So you know what the fat guy did? You know what I'm saying? He negotiated for himself, like I was telling you. Like I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Because he's my manager. Joe is also our manager. So he got us the deal, right? Got me to deal with the manager, right? But like he managed the whole terrace. We was cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Like he was charging in the beginning, he was taking 50% for punt of everything. Shows, features. We didn't know no better. He didn't know no better. When we started knowing, then you know what I'm saying, when I got my deal, I was paying him 20% to be my manager. Remember that? Chris Lighty gets 20% to be manager. You know what I'm saying? So now prospect, triple A's, I'm gonna get him. We always giving him 20%. You understand? So it's not like he wasn't making money, but this dude's just so crazy. So, you know what I'm saying? Like greedy.
But you know what's crazy though?
Up.
You know what's crazy though? In the 90s, we was all getting robbed, bro. Nothing. Like not
Yeah.
only you, us, the locks.
Yeah, but for now, like I see Joe come out now and be like, yo, I was taking 50% for fun, but I didn't know no better. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't really doing it deliberately.
Me neither, bro.
Like, if he says that, nobody, if he says that, is one thing. But now, he had a, Drink Champs had a episode where he was like, I was never taking 50% for fun. Look at the contract. So he gave Nori, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he tried to, disguise that lie. Like, just say you just didn't know, my brother. That's it. Just say it. We didn't know. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe you.
I'm about to say, hold on.
He knew.
What you
That's
mean?
what I'm saying. You could
I'm
tell
about
he
to say,
knew.
what you mean he didn't know? Because I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
No, because like if me and you go to a business venture, right? Then that's how we looked at it, me and Punt. You're gonna walk me in. You got your connections. You're gonna work beside me. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do this. That's 50%, man. You know what I'm saying? I do my half, which is I go record. I do my songs. You know what I'm saying? But you go and you handle my business. You make sure they give me my money. That's a job. So we thinking it's a regular business thing like that. We partners. But we didn't know about you got to pay the taxes, you got to pay the agent, you got to pay the road manager, by the time Fun was coming, he wasn't getting that much money. But even though, that's why he hustled so hard. So he made a lot of money because he hustled so hard. He did so much things. But not only that, he wrote your stuff too. Now, that's like if now I write your stuff. After, you know what I'm saying? I'm making hits over here on my own, but then I'm making you hits. I give you hits, but you don't pay me for the hits. And you know better, like you know the industry better. So that's why I say he took advantage of my brother like that.
But I can't. You know that feeling that you have doing that to somebody. I could never get that. I could never do that to somebody and know.
That's what I'm trying to say. How
that I'm getting over on this family over here, and I'm rich, but this family's hurting and fucked up. But I don't give a fuck because money's coming to me. Like I can't do that, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's a whole new kind of evil, disgusting. That's the papa face. That's the face of how can you look at anybody after you said all these lies? And you took my brother's, like the one you said, twin, and he did so much for you. You never, he even charged you for the rhymes he made you. He made your whole career. He changed your whole rap style. He gave you rhymes. He wrote them. I wrote them with him right there for you. How can you not give him like his royalties at the end of the day? And in living, you was already taking 50%. So it's like you knew that's already illegal or whatever. That's double dipping. You know what I'm saying? That's double dipping. Plus he's writing your stuff. Then you got the nerve. Like I called you out on it and I said, you was taking 50% from Pun. Then he got the nerve and tell people, I would never do that. I would. And he showed, I guess, what he Pun renegotiated after Capital Punishment to go into Yeah Baby, because he went double, triple platinum. So now he could renegotiate. So he took that 50% down to the 20.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I
But
ain't
I'm
really
trying to
know.
tell you that's how devious
But,
Joe
but
was
listen
with
to
it.
me.
Like
Listen.
now he goes like this to Nori, and Nori's like, yo, they lying. Look, Cuban must have had some demons in him because I saw the contract. Joe never took 50% from Joe. I mean from Pun. I seen it, and I'm like, yo, this nigga is so ashamed of the truth that he did. And it's disgusting. That he had to take them. He rather say he had to go and try to look like himself, like so people don't look at him like he was really stealing from Pun. And so he showed them the 20% regular contract. That's how disgusting. He can't even admit that he was doing this. And we could admit it. Like, yo, no problem. That was the beginning. We coming up. We broke bread
Yeah,
together.
I'll let that go. Let's just do it over and what you call it.
Yeah. But it wasn't his idea. It was Pun that had that's why Pun and him was having an argument. Because, Joe didn't want to change the 50. So Joe Pun was like, nah, listen, he was going to break up. That was really going to be a breakup right there. You know what I'm saying? So when they renegotiated his contract with the Pun baby, because me and Pun had conversations with, yo, twin, this nigga, you don't want to load the shit down. He told me that. He said, to the point that he was like, yo, because I was chilling with Joe so much. Pun told me, hey, yo, if things go down, where you gonna be at? Like, over here, over there. I was like, shut up, man. I'm here, man. What's up? Why? I'm with you. For real conversation at this time.
I know.
So it was that that let me know that, yo, Joe is being a baloney bully, like to the dude that, you know what I'm saying, that's really like he was treating my brother in a certain way that was disrespectful to the team, to full of clips, to, you know what I'm saying? On that aspect, because it's like, yo, we just went triple platinum. You took 50% of everything, every show I did. And they did like 100 features for like $75,000 to $100,000. Took you to the Grammys, did all of this, and you still can't lower that number? So Pump was on it like that, you know what I'm saying? To the point that, he's like, well, I was giving you love so you could give me some love back. You know what I'm saying? When you do that, like, I'm in the beginning, it's cool, I'll show you love, but you see what I could do. Plus, I did me, and I did you, and I did your label. I did Terror Squad, I did Fat Joe, and I did Pun. That's what Pun did, 3. So Joe still couldn't, like, without all that, like, lower that number on some real, like, fairness. Yo, my brother, you proved yourself to me. Matter of fact, it's 20% of the Terror Squad label. That's what you should have did.
Answer me this though, bro.
But
why was the '90s so fucked up for like a lot of us artists, bro? Like,
nah, but I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, it was.
no, a lot
I could say it
of
was
no,
fucked. I could say it was
Cuba,
fucked
a
up,
lot of artists was
but
getting
it was
robbed, bro.
also great.
Yeah, I'm
Remember,
saying.
we
No,
all come from the
let me
hood,
explain
man.
it. Let me explain it. Hold on, bro. Don't cut me off. Let me explain. I gotta get my thought off. When I say that, right? People know me, like I said, know me from the battle rap shit. They just starting to know that I was actually an artist signed on Atlantic Records and shit. Now,
And how did you get your deal? Like, how y'all get that deal?
I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, please. I don't want to cut you off because
No, that's all right.
Okay, but
We
wait,
was
wait. No, fuck with you. Stop. Okay.
we
Yeah.
was dealing with, I was dealing with this cat. He passed away. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk ill of the dead, but I'm gonna keep it truthful at least. He was Igar. You know who Igar is?
I knew
Yeah.
Igar, and I knew you also say you said
B.O.
BL, right?
Right. Now
Yeah.
Igar was actually literally our
Those,
manager.
those are
He was our
those are names that are known actually in the Bronx.
right. Those are Igar was the one that
I
actually
knew Igar. Like a mini
but
KRS-One.
nigga, let me finish.
But he was rocking with KRS-One, right?
Yeah. And Tim
That was his
Dog and
road
them.
manager also, yeah.
And Tim Dog and them. Okay. You want to tell my story or can I tell it, motherfucker?
No, but I want to let you know I know what you're talking about, man.
I know. Okay. This don't cut me off no more. That's
There we go. That's when you start doing the Debo, and I have to do the Cubo.
stop.
So make me do the Cubo.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm not gonna tell my story now.
Okay, go.
All right. So I told him, you know what I'm saying, well, yo, I want to do this rap thing and shit. I've been rapping since 14, all that. So I've been around Icon since I was like 17, 18. And then me and Pro was running the streets doing what we was doing. So I found out Pro rap. So I rapped too. I said we made a group. So I took Igor to me and Pearl and shit. We went to this club and shit. We was rapping for him. He's like, yo, I fuck with y'all. I want to put y'all on. He actually lived up to his word and got us on Atlantic and all that shit. So, you know,
I
us
got
being, yeah, Igon, us being, you know what I'm saying? Bio was just like, he wasn't like a manager, but he was like a person that was always with Igon and
it
shit,
was the
vice versa.
enforcer. It was the
And he was
enforcer.
there, right. So I got more, say, love for BO side and shit, because me and Igon always bumped heads and shit because I knew something was up, you know what I'm saying, low
Yeah,
key.
I got was slick like a
Yeah.
can of oil.
Yeah. So I was like, I always wanted to get out of that because at the end of the day, I got what I wanted, which was the deal. But I know I wasn't getting paid, or me and my group wasn't getting paid the way we should have gotten paid. You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember I
Contracts.
got with the giant ring.
Yeah. And the contracts I seen and shit was kind of crazy. But
Think that
at the end of the day, I was so lit to like want to be getting on and shit. We was like, fuck it, let's sign it and shit like that.
that's great. And did you hear about Hassan being around BO at the
Yeah.
time?
Mm-hmm.
So you know Hassan's story. It
Yeah, I
correlates
know
with.
that's not story. Yeah.
Okay.
So we did our thing. We did the album and all that shit. Met some great people. All that. We had some good times in the '90s. Met y'all, my brothers, all that shit. So our shit is kind of similar to yours and shit. I'm not saying that, you know, at the end of the day that it was all bad. Nah, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Right.
dealing with the situation, because what you was dealing with Joe and all that shit, we was dealing with him and all that. You know what I'm saying? We just
But it's
didn't
a
put out
different level too. It's a whole different level. Remember, these Pun went Mariah Carey, Prince, and all of that.
100%,
You know,
100%,
he's not. He went to the top
100%.
level at that type of robbery
100%,
is
one hundred
crazy.
percent,
You
one
know,
hundred
y'all
percent,
talking
and
about a couple G's,
we
five
hold on,
G's.
and 100%, and we was on before y'all, so we know how you felt around that time when we heard what was going on. Because you got to remember, it wasn't just us; it
Yeah,
was Peter Guns and Lord Tariq. We knew them, y'all knew them. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? It was a whole bunch of us and shit that was getting deals. We was getting deals in the Bronx, like yo, boom, but we all knew each other. You know
right.
what I'm saying? But at
Yeah,
the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is, if when these people who was on the top and had everything in their power to help and do shit, if they would have did shit the way they were supposed to do it the right way, we would have all, it would have been a super big legacy for everybody. Everything would have been, it would have been money. It's money for everybody, bro. But
it's always some greedy
they act
cat.
like if it's not, they
It's
act like they
always
have to get all
because
the
they're
money for
greedy. They
themselves.
want to take extra. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, like 20% is Chris Lighty as a professional manager. That's what he gets for managing artists. You know what I'm saying? The most.
15 to 20% is not bad
And
for a
Chris
manager.
Lighty at the time was the best.
Yeah,
He's 20.
yeah.
How the hell? Now we look back like, how the hell is this nigga Joe taking 50 from
He probably,
Pun? And they,
in a sense, he probably did that because he said he was in a production company or something like that. I don't know.
he did it because he's a thief, a greedy piece of ladrón is what he is.
I don't.
The story's been told. He's just a disgusting scam artist thief. You know what I'm saying? That's how it came out. If he would, like I said, if he would have been truthful when there was times to be truthful, instead of trying to hide the evidence, where he said he was never taking 50% from Pun, that means he's trying to hide something. You know what I'm saying? When he gets on Hot 97 on Funkmaster Flex, and when he got his Terror Squad deal, and he says, I gave all the artists, man, I was the best label owner ever. I gave each of them $500,000. He bought Cuban Link a house. You know, he gave me he bought me, nigga, I know you're lying. You never bought me a house ever. I bought my own house. First dude out of Terror Squad who got his own house with me. I was married with my son, so I had to do things like that.
I know, nigga, I was in your
Then
house.
you say you gave 500K to each of us. When you gave me 10 G's for the whole Terror Squad album, I'm getting 10 G's. You gave Sace 7,500. You gave Prospect 7,500. And you gave Pun 15,000 for the whole album. Because he said he's working with no money, that Atlantic didn't give him no money, he got a slow budget. So I already had my deal. Pun had his deal too loud. So I was cool. I was like, come on, man, we're part of the team. Let's go, let's rock. I ain't mind that. But we didn't never know that they gave him 500,000 for each of us in contract. We didn't know that till he comes out and spills the later about 13 years later on Funk Master Flex. That's why I know he's a thief, disgusting liar. That he's been doing this all the time. So he's never been a straight up real, businessman, never been a real friend to us, never cared about really the terror squad except himself. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This guy's, I got like there's documents and there's proof on this. You know what I'm saying? So I've been seeing that. I already know his intentions, but it's like when I hear that him tell stories like that to the people in front of, like, that's the Flex, one of New York's biggest DJ, and you sell that lie off, and the people believe you, it gets me mad, man. It's like, yo, how these people can believe this, saying all these lies from this dude. And he knows how to decorate the lies. Don't get it twisted. Like when he was telling you, like, I should have a statue in the Bronx for me because of how real I kept it with Big Pun. When he says things like that, and then you find out he's been stealing more than $4 million all these years, more than that. Because remember, that's from the transcript is from 2015. Pun passed away in 2000, so he's been rocking for 50 years before that doing this. So it's like 30 years of this dude doing this. 25. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. He got away with murder still. He still got away with mad murder. Because remember, Pun's catalog was hot after he passed away, and then probably like 10 more years after that. You know what I'm saying? But why do you think he wasn't fighting so much to get Pun's name to be on the street? He wasn't fighting for that. But then you see him when my man my man died of COVID. What's his name? From the Bronx. Gordito. He was dope.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. Gordito, I forgot. Anyway, he passed away. And next thing you know, you see Joe on camera talking about giving him a street name after he passed away for 1 year. Plus, we're waiting for the street name.
You said Goldo? You talking about Fred the Godson?
Who?
You talking about Fred the Godson?
Fred the Godson. My bad. That's my brother too.
Gordo. Yeah, I know Fred. Yeah, that's my man.
Gordo. Yeah. But he was our man before he even made it, saying from the Bronx. You already know.
Right, from the Bronx. Yeah, we know.
So I'm trying to say, like, you see that Pun was fighting to get his street name after him.
The street name.
Whatever they was, saying, and everything. And this dude, year, this is how to me, this is how I see this, how evil he wants to erase Pun's name and put it, that he wanted to be the Puerto Rican guy from New York that got all it, like, which he got, really. We think about the Bronx now, you think about Fat Joe. Even Pun is there, but he's in a mere second. You know what I'm saying? To a point. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not here. But things like that, like as twins that we talked about and we said we're going to do it. And he said that, and he looked at in front of the cameras that he was going to do because he loved my brother. That shit was like a sharp knife to my fucking heart when he did things like that. And I knew that he was doing it for that reason, that evil reason I just told you. You know what I'm saying? When I seen that, because they used to ask him, yo, when we going, he was in charge of Pun's catalog. So he's like, when you gonna get that street name for Pun and all that? He kept moving it back like, yeah, we're trying, but they don't want to give it to him because he was so violent, and we're trying to convince him. There was a little press conference about that. And he kept giving the same excuses. Next thing you know, like I said, Fred the Godson passes away, God bless him. The next day, not the next day, but the next year, he already had a street in the Bronx. And now for nothing but Fred Godson's name, in comparison to Pun, didn't hold it, that same weight when it came to what, he did for the culture. You know what I'm saying? Not to take nothing away from Fred. He was an upcoming, incredible artist. But Pun, he cemented in stone in the Bronx. Should have had that street already done for him. And Joe was in charge of that. So that's the type of ugliness that I see through that. Like I see through that and I call him out for it. And I got a certain kind of feeling about that. Because I know sometimes your brother's keepers, your brother's, you know what I'm saying? Like more biggest hater. You know what I'm saying? That he portrays to be acting like he got his back, but he don't. You know what I'm saying? Until you pull that curtain back and you see where he's doing honesty.
What's funny to me when I see Nori doing that shit, because it always
becomes contagious. That kind of lying.
But Nori makes it look like as if Pun was like his real brother, like they was thick and thin, like if it was like you and Pun, because I know for a fact that you and Pun was like 1 and 2.
I have respect for Nori to a point.
Interchange.
I had respect for Nori to a point. I thought he did really have, love for Pun like that, but he just another baloney. Anybody who comes from Joe's camp and talk about Pun don't have no respect for them. You know what I'm saying? Especially those Terror Squad members that really knew Pun, like supposed to be considered brothers, like the Prospect, the Tony Baloney, Remy to a point. You know what I'm saying? Remy to a point because she told some stories that it's hard to believe. and she's just trying to find excuses like to rock with Joe.
Okay.
Which is cool, but she didn't have that time that we really put in with Pun, like Sage.
Yeah, I was about to say, because when I was around her, she said she only knew Pun for like 7 months. I was like,
yeah,
damn.
you know, I know, cool.
I forgot.
To appreciate him, that like what has Remy done to really appreciate the memory of Pun for her doing that? She forgot about it because she jumped already on Joe wagon. So now all the merits go to Joe. Now it's the sister of Joe. Sister. You know what I'm saying? So all the love for Pun, the one, you know, and even Sunkiss. Sunkiss is the one who brought Remy to Pun.
Sunkiss told me.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, yo, you know, I'm gonna do the album. Like remember back in the days when you finished the album, you used to give the credits.
Yep.
You know, we used to write them down, the back of the thing, and the tapes. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's time for people like go back to. I always did that. I always got caught up with giving the shout outs and merits to those that paved the way for me, especially the personal ones. You know what I'm saying? Even the dudes in my block that inspired me. When you know what I'm saying, I didn't have a deal. It was coming up. I used to listen to them. You know what I'm saying, Young and Ruthless. So it was things like that that I know I did. And that was like a tradition, even from our era.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's about the bag, man. And that bag, you know, they said it. It's in the Bible, right? Root to all evil is that money. So it's like, you see how ugly it is, man, in certain cases. Like,
this is a good question I want to ask you. I know this is probably rhetorical for you, but I wanted to ask you, you know what I'm saying? Because they say God give his toughest jobs to his strongest angels and stuff, right?
yeah.
You could have stepped aside like everybody else, but you just chose to be like, you know what? I'm still gunning. I'm still going in. I'm still letting people know what happened to Pun, what's going on with this, that, with myself and all that. Like, what makes you really stick it out like that to be the guy when it comes to Pun? They're gonna think about you as well and shit.
That was just natural love. Like, that's my bro. That wasn't.
I mean, I know what that natural love, nigga. I've been around.
This is like my brother, nigga. Like, you my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, that brother changed my life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He changed. He was part of, you know, the belief system in me, as far as like, you know, the believing as far as the talent, the connection of you know what I'm saying, you having a brother there to work with you in the same thing. We thought alike. He believed in actual dream. He was the one who dreamed that dream up. Me, we still like a hobby to a point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he made me.
He
Like,
pulled your ass in. He was like, "Come on, bro, I
like,
can't
he
do this shit without
wanted me
you."
right there with him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I was gonna say that. He
I was his
literally wanted
understudy
you.
to a point.
He literally wanted you there with him. Like, I seen it for
Even
myself.
when I didn't, Joe didn't want me.
Because you was like,
Joe never wanted me
fall
there,
back
but
and
he
chill.
forced me there. And then later on, I was like, I don't even think I should be here.
Right.
And he still brought me.
Yo, you gotta come with me.
He believed it that much.
A lot of people didn't know Pun didn't want to do that shit by himself, bro. Like, if you hung out with Pun, you would know that when it comes to Cuba, like the person that you was, he always needs you there for that support and that camaraderie. You feel what I'm saying? Because obviously he was a great MC and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Y'all friendship. I'm gonna say this for everybody to understand, like, because I was there, I witnessed it before these niggas became superstars. That nigga Pun's best friend is literally
But
Cuban Link.
he even brought the Safes, even the
Yeah, of course.
He brought all of us with him.
Listen.
You know, but
because y'all was a group, but I gotta tell it like I really saw it.
but he appreciated us, is what I'm saying. Like, some dudes, you know, they know they're the hottest, whatever. Especially if you're the hottest one in the crew. They dudes get solo deals. You see what happened with Frankie Lyman? Remember, he was with the crew in the movie. And then I was like, how can you do that to us, Frankie? He broke out. He signed a deal. He got his own thing.
Pun knew what friendship really was, man. And to be honest with you, it's no disrespect to anybody
He knew
else.
what family was about.
Yeah, he knew what family was about and shit. He's not gonna want to go on the road and fuck with other people, new niggas that he really don't know. He wanna joke with you. He wanna hang out with you. Only y'all who know the inside jokes and shit like that and whatnot to have fun. Like, how is he gonna leave that? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So if any qualities that you want to say about Pun, man, that's definitely number one, man. I haven't seen that in the music industry in a long time.
And that's why I made it my business to especially if I see somebody on TV or I hear them on the radio and they telling the opposite story, especially the acting like they trying to take my spot as far as that they love me and Pun has twins. That's my real brother, and I feel that. So the fake brother to get on there, and I know he's doing the opposite just for the fame and for the recognition. That yeah, he put Pun in. He went from that's my brother. I invented Pun. What you could tell, they come out the fucking closet and they do this themselves. That's why a liar is gonna be a liar forever if he doesn't recognize that he's lying. and take accountability and say, yo, my bad for lying. My bad for this. You know what I'm saying? Like when like I told you the contract, like, yo, my bad. I didn't even know 50% was like Auso. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know 50%. I was just giving money. I'll tell my brother if I love him, yo, my bad. Let's lower that. You crazy? We're making enough money. And plus, here's some Terror Squad shares if you was your real brother. But you know what I'm saying? Like some people be like, oh, business is business. Like, no, man, business is personal. Because when you see how personal it got when Pun wasn't here,
especially when they made it personal, when they start calling you family and brothers and all
but
that.
Then you see what happened to the family. How personal can you get when you got to go to the shelter and stuff like that? After and them lying, saying that that the state wasn't recouping all this time, so they could steal. Have the mural of Pun behind you while you're talking, and you have Pun behind you acting like you're the champion of Pun, like. And then be robbing them still and telling
the jelly bean nigga don't get away with it either, man. What was his deal?
Nah, but Joe's supposed to be his brother's keeper. Supposed to make sure them books is right for the family to be right for his brother Pun.
He has the power to do that. He has the power.
Supposed to. Pun would have did it. I would have, like, if I'm in charge of that. But nobody's in charge of it except Joe. It was Joe and the business guy, which is Jelly Bean. He's a crook from Madonna days. But if you let him rock, if you let him steal, he's gonna steal. You're the guard dog, Joe, right? You're the brother. Big brothers don't let nothing happen. Just like my situation when I got cut. We could have had a fight. Joe, I know you with me, right? Like, there's no way you gonna let like a third dude come in the middle of a fight and do this to me, right? Like, you gonna show me a gift, right? You're gonna give me a assist letter, right? A gag order, right? You're gonna find the dude and give me the address, or invite me to a basement one day and have me have a surprise, right? That you my bro, right? They send me a gag order. That's where they blow up their own spot. Oh, you part of this. You're a corporate. You baloney. You are definitely a corporate. You didn't do it, but you're a corporate. You down with my enemy. You down with that, right? And then you don't got the balls to tell me though. Yeah, nigga, you bitch. I respect that better. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have no real reason to do that.
Let me just say this.
Unless you wanted me out the way. And that's
let me just say this. Let me just say this, right? Because I want people to have a learning tool. Hit the like button, man. I think it's bugging. Hit the like button.
Like button.
In the 90s, in the 90s, there was a certain amount of dudes that what put it like this. In the 90s, I want people to have a tool, a learning lesson. In the 90s, there were the rappers, the inspirational rap, the ambitious rappers, but there was also the street dudes in the 90s that caught, like, they were the middlemen with production company deals between the A&Rs and the companies.
Right.
The middleman with the street dudes, and then the rappers and shit that these middlemen come and get these street
dudes. They all
dudes
get a piece.
Put them up. But the middleman street dude is the dude that's blocking everything from here, between here and there. Yeah. And not telling down here what's really going on, where they could have got a chance to have a generational artist take them to the next level, and they would have been paid out 10, 20, 30 years till this day and shit. But there was a lot of street dudes that was robbing a lot of vultures, man. There was a lot of street dudes that was robbing a lot of cats that didn't know about this, that didn't know about the music business. You know what I'm saying?
I still read that book. It doesn't matter. No, it do matter. You got to sharpen up your mindset. And I lived through a lot of the bullshit throughout the years because I had to go through the hard way. I'm hard-headed with that. Having the love and the trust for those that you're in business with, because, usually you invite your homie. You invite somebody you like, you know what I'm saying? That we rock together every day. So that's the thing. And that if the wrong homie around you, you know what I'm saying, which is mostly all the time when that money comes. When that money comes, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you be looking, it's time to divide the pot. You over there like, yo, no, what happened to this? Be like, nah, because then they act like they're smarter than you though. For some reason, you gave them the love because you already know, man, it's 50-50, me and you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or you know I'm the brand, but we didn't maybe discuss the thing, but then they take more and you'd be like, no, but then they want you to break up so now they can take the money. Like, and it's crazy. And that's why you have to definitely start when you do start a business with somebody. You got a partner. You got to make sure the terms are correct and they know that. So it's dope. It's dope in that way. I learned that lesson. But I still got to do everything, within the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a situation where I'm back against the wall. So,
what's crazy? What's crazy is because of you and Pun that I showed Rem so much love and shit, because I even called her twin and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we called each other and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know that. We here. And I felt like I gave enough energy and enough positive energy towards her to be like, yo, listen, I'm with you. I'm gonna help you out. Whatever you need, let me know. And then it just turned left. You know what I'm saying? Because now I see what it was really hitting for. And it was disguised as, nah, I'm not doing that. What you mean? Like, you're bugging. Like, I see it right in front of me, bro. Like, at the end of the day, the talent that I had or whatever and such, you're trying to make me look crazy.
Yep. That's how it be, man. And, it's hard to stay, like I said, group, man. I remember right before, my situation started with the terrorist, I remember, like, Little Fame used to tell her, he used to be in my session and all that. And, like,
Shout out to
MOP
Fame.
and Billy Dance, what I'm saying? Both of them, they used to be real close. They used to come to my crib, too, always. But I remember we was in the studio and Lil Fame looked at me, right? He heard Hey Mama. He loved Hey Mama. He said, yo, this is great. I got the Hey Mama, said Tony singing it. I wrote the hook and all that and spit it. But it's just that sentiment inside it. I know how to play with what I'm saying, the feelings as far as like dedications and inspirational songs. That's why they compare me to Pac a little bit when I do go that route. So I understand, I appreciate it. The Q-Pac, pause. But they call it, Little Flame looked at me and was like, yo, y'all Puerto Rican niggas always like, y'all stick together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he said that, like, y'all like Spanish, y'all always stick together, but y'all ain't the only crew in the game that stood the test of time, man. I love that about y'all. He said that, little Fame said that to me. And we was there, like the Terror Squad, like how we came in, how Spanish, they always got the old stereotype that we stick together, I do the, and it don't matter through whatever, we all stick together. And he was complimenting us on that. And I'll tell you, right after that, right after he gave us that compliment, man, that's when he started the old bullshit later on. It's not his fault, let me start saying, but we got praised for sticking together, like being one of the tightest knit crews inside the hip hop industry that didn't break up. You know what I'm saying? So, but then after that, it went south, of course. So, I mean, if you look back.
Did you and Pun ever have like a fist fight, man, and shit like that? You ever had like fights before?
No, I was one time about to fight him. I wanted to fight him.
What y'all was about to fight? Y'all was drunk?
No, I was like 19 years old. He played me stupid. He played me like just for a chick and shit. This nigga's married, so it's never over the chick. It's like he made me look crazy. Like he told me I don't bang black girls. He told the chick that in front of me.
Oh, okay.
Right? And I was like this, and this is my friend too. She's not like a regular chick. So now I'm telling you, what are you doing, man? It was people around, something like this. You talking about? And I catch myself, I'm like, I bang mad black chick. What you talking about? I lost my virginity to a black chick. Like I gotta do stupid shit like that. Like he had me doing that, right? But I'm not stupid. I'm blowing my spot. Now I can't get the pussy over here because I already said I'm black chicks. So now I blew my spot up, and he over there like doing that. And in my mind, it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You married, nigga. Like, what are you doing? Like, you just doing it. He wanted to do the Romeo shit. Like, who got, I guess he was in the competition with me or something. Because she was a pretty girl. Right. But I'm over here like, yo, why you cop like me on that level? Like, yo, you don't have to do that like with me. You know what I'm saying? And don't say like fucking smear campaigns like that to people. They run around and say stupid things like that. You know what I'm saying? If that racist call with me, I hate the fact you even say that to me. Ever be racist. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I always hated that. So he made me look a certain way. So then we was right there in by how you call that shit anyway? What was the fucking by the store anyway? By the store we always chilled.
Right there, yeah, right. We always hung out at
right there, 166, right by 23 Park. 23 Park wasn't even built. It was getting built for a baseball field. It's a baseball field now.
I know, yeah.
But it was already it was fenced in back then.
I remember.
You know, so with mad weeds and stuff. So we back there and arguing. I'm hot, right? And he's just pressing my buttons. Like, come on,
like he do.
So I'm getting mad, right? I'm getting mad. This is my brother. Like, I can't believe you even doing this to me. You're pushing my buttons. You gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. Things like that. And I'm over here. Stop. We argue for like 3 hours. I got so tight. Like niggas that was around us, they left us. Like, oh, these things crazy. Like they arguing. They still arguing. So I think it was me, Berto, my man Berto, and him that was left. And we still arguing hot. And she's like, you know why? Because he was like call me like a pussy.
Mhm.
He was challenging me, and we was going to the gym at the time. That's what we was going to for the Apache.
The boxing, right?
Boxing. So I was like, nah. Yo, look, let's fight then. Let's fight then. I started, although it was my mom was, and I was like, let's fight, let's go. That's why I went to the middle of the field where the fence was at. And I was like, come on, let's fight. Like, just do it, let's do it. If you think this, he was like, well, like, you know, he stood like this, rocking back and forth. I was like, shut up. What? Like, you know, I had it up to here, like he had me there.
You know, he pushed your buttons on purpose, right?
And, oh no, I had to learn that with him.
He's crazy.
But I don't
like
think he would do it to me because of the relationship we had. Like,
what you mean?
Like, we were brothers.
That's how he showed his love.
No.
Yes,
showed his love way other ways. He can never be wrong, first of all, and he would never apologize to you. You know what I'm saying?
True.
He always think he's right. Like
that's
when
true.
you're his friend, this is what he does to you.
That's true.
He just can't do that to me because it's like, yo, and I catch him, and he still doesn't, you know. So he got me that tight that day. That's the only time I was gonna fight him. I invited him to fight, but he was gonna fight me. He was like 3,
yeah, of course,
like 333. You know what I'm saying? At the time, 300, 330. Still agile though. He's still doing the crossover in basketball, and he's still throwing the Mike Tyson blows in the gym with Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
So I know, you know what I'm saying, but it's just you took me there, like, you know what I'm saying. Like, you're not gonna talk to me like that no more. You're not gonna do things like that ever in your life. Even if whatever you do to me, you're not gonna do this again if you had any love for me. And if not, then we enemies after this.
Right.
All you gotta do is admit I was wrong. My bad. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but he didn't admit it. Like, he got me tight. Like, yo, you trying to cock block me over the chick? Like, you broke our brotherhood. You went there over a chick? Like, you know, that's my friend. Like, you don't tell us some racist shit about me. Like, I don't like I'm racist. So he got me.
I'm gonna tell you a story, right, with me and Pun, because it was our birthdays and shit. His birthday is November 12th. His birthday is November 10th. Mine is on the 12th. So we Scorpios, right? He said, yo, man, let's get some beers and shit. So we got some beers and whatnot, drinking Heinekens. All we doing with that fucking 6-pack is snapping at each other. I'm snapping on how fat he is. He's snapping on my eye and shit. He's like, get the fuck out of here, you cross-eyed bastard. My eye. Like, hey, shut up, you fat motherfucker. You're outside laughing at each other all fucking night. That shit was crazy, B.
But Punk got on your nerves before. You know that.
Of course.
Of course. He used to do that. You can never be wrong. He does funny, like he does like jokes on you. You're not even laughing with him.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody else, like me, I'll be definitely be the stooge. Me and him laughing at things that are not funny.
He'd be getting me tight. I'd be like, yo, bro, enough with the jokes, man. He'd be like, ah. I'd be like, no.
Yeah, he was a jokester, man. He was a jokester. Yeah, but so I was talking about. I'm not even finished one story, but anyway, I got BO, Atlantic Records, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
BO was.
How was that like? What did they want from y'all? Like as far as
no.
Spanish element was there for y'all. Spanish album, English.
Yeah, I created that.
You did. You was definitely one of them. I mean, not the first one because I just did an interview with Mr. Schick back in the day, Sugar Hill.
Right. No, I'm talking about what we did with Messages of Funk. That was the style I created, and me and Pearl.
Oh, the style,
yeah. Pearl wrote his shit. I wrote my shit, and we was off to the races and shit. You know
but I'm saying, Atlantic was looking for that, like
no, they wasn't looking for it. They didn't know what the fuck was going on.
But they didn't know that when you was coming in there, you had the Spanish thing.
I had the juice to put us in there and make an audition. So we auditioned in front of Sylvia Rome and got a deal right then and there on the spot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Where BO came in is we ran around the city with BO. Niggas like he was like Chris Lighty, but a little bit more like hood, like, you know what I'm saying, gangster, right. You know what I'm saying? They fed BO. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think with BO? What's up with that situation? Like, I mean, I heard stories with Four.
Yeah, we're not gonna go. Yeah,
not the actual his activities, right. But as far as like the passing away of him when that happened. It happened in Forest Projects, right?
Yeah.
I remember that story. It was around the neighborhood a lot. So
I mean, you hear a lot of rumors and shit. They put a lot of other people's names on it, man. But at the end of the day,
you think it's definitely.
I'm not even going to go there, bro, because there's a lot of bullshit going on with the internet. You feel what I'm saying? So let's keep both of us safe. You know what I'm saying? Because anything I would say is an assumption anyway.
Yeah, no. But I you know how it goes. We all see
these
documentaries after they're gone. I'm waiting for a documentary on him, really.
I would tell you this. Most likely, he got killed out of fear. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people were scared
Usually
of
out
him
of
too.
fear, the pussy
Yeah,
dude, they you know
yeah.
what
A
I'm saying?
lot of people were scared for him to be around. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he made his money and shit. You know what I'm saying? But he did a lot of good things too and shit. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day, I
you know,
was
we got the drug dealers, the killers, the dude, that been
right.
rocking the streets. You know, the hip hop has always been that
But
leeway with each other.
here's
You know
the
what I'm
thing
saying?
that makes me laugh. When it comes to like the stories Joe telling, should I be laughing because we all was crazy. He wasn't like the number one crazy guy in the Bronx. We were all bugged out. You know what I'm saying? We all got stories, bro. Like
Yeah, but some of
stories.
us go really living like they dedicated their life for that. Like
That's a fact.
I'm sure you a street dude. I'm sure, yeah, we was
You are
street,
too, yeah,
we
yeah.
be street dude, but we love that hip hop. We
There you
got a
go.
talent for real,
Yep.
and we, you know what I'm saying?
And
We got to check it
that
out.
got us off them streets.
You know what I'm saying? Some dudes that claim that I'm not a rapper, but what you doing rapping?
Mhm.
Well, Pun used to say that too. I'm not a good rapper, but he was the best of them. But as far as other guys, like you could see it, you could see that in the hip hop game throughout the years. Like you could tell like Ice-T was a hustler before a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Those it's cool with that because I appreciate more, and I always got attracted to actually the talent. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? The talent of the hip hop. I know
Right.
some guys their brand represent more than just lyrics and all that, but they tell stories. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That are real. They do an impact. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you with the positive part, it's cool. But as far as me, I love lyrical masterpieces and flows and formats and styles. In New York we had all of that at that time.
Yo, y'all used to use dictionaries and shit for y'all words, yo.
No, no.
Y'all used to
I mean, we tried it before, but that shit don't work. Even if you now, I Google the rhyming thing. What rhymes with this?
right.
I look at all the words. Could be like 200 words.
Right.
I don't use none of them. Then I put it down and I start thinking about it. And it's just a different content you put, and you can use a simple as word.
Right.
Where you get your idea out. So the rhyming dictionary, no, I never did that. Encyclopedias, maybe to define a word, maybe, but not to write rhymes. Pun was a living encyclopedia. That's what I
Yeah,
told
I
him.
don't know. Yeah.
Used to
I
read
was like, how the fuck
encyclopedias.
you know this shit? I can't be saying, yo, man,
Pun.
you gotta, you gotta.
He used to be punished. His stepfather used to punish him. You know what I'm saying?
Word
Yeah.
to do
Make
his
him
homework and
make him
shit.
like read
Right.
the encyclopedia. I mean, newspaper from front to back and stuff like that. And the encyclopedias.
Ah,
He used to eat rocks for real. He used to be walking around. He eat rocks. That's why I sent there in the rhyme. I mean, I'm not playing.
yeah,
He said,
nah, but you
those are
amazing.
minerals. He said, those
You
are minerals. It's good for you.
right. You
Fuck out
amazing
of there.
too,
You
nigga.
a
You got off the
sheetrock.
boat. You got off the boat not knowing one word of English, nigga. You amazing too.
Oh, we got our stories, man. Like I'm saying, we got our stories, man. I mean, when I
Nah,
look
but
back,
look how your brain thinks. Now you know two languages, right? So, because it's the crazy thing is when you're in America, you get English first, then Spanish, kind of like, you feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
But you was in Cuba, you learn Spanish, then you have to learn English.
Then I went to Puerto
You know what
Rico,
I'm
so
saying?
the Spanish got
It's
even sharper in Puerto Rico. I went to school in
exactly
Puerto Rico, first grade. So yeah, my whole culture and everything. Like before 9 years old, I was
right,
a Jibaro. I was
right,
straight
right.
Jibaro. I was, what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I call you, Hibaro.
I was, yeah.
And but this is the thing. Not only did you have to learn English, nigga, you had to learn the culture too. You know what I'm saying? Of hip hop, just like me
I
and
had to
shit.
learn how to cold too, the snow. Remember that tropical island all the time, and then I go to the Bronx.
Right.
Fucking cold as hell, and snow and all that. So
What was the first lyrics that
burnt
you?
buildings too. Remember when I came to burnt
Yeah, I know,
buildings were
nigga.
still
I did
burnt.
too, motherfucker. Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? What
They
was the
was getting
first hip hop?
renovated like new ones, but the old burnt ones smelling the smoke is still there. There was the
Yeah.
snow.
What was the first hip hop lyrics you was reciting and shit that you remember? Because I know I was doing Run DMC and shit like that
I mean, I used to
before.
go to the movies, watch Electric Boogaloo at the time, Wild Style, and Beat Street. So I was always that. Um, but the first joints, it was Melly Melanin, Real Roxanne, all that era. Um, Shantae, Roxanne, all of that. Sugar Hill Gang, I had the whole 6 different. No, yeah, the message and all that, that was crazy. Melly Mel was one of my, what I'm saying? That was the one that was really like lyrical. It was like the first actual guy reporting on the hood, like gangster white. You know what I'm saying? There was
and he did that. What? Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. What he did?
So he used to write his own rhymes too.
Well,
Even though they
I feel you, but what did he do? What did he do?
What? Oh, when we got on and try to vindicate.
He fucked that. He did that bullshit. I even said it on Panda Chop. Say, yo, come on, Mel. Really, Mel?
Oh yeah, with the Fat Joe, he tried to clean his name up. That was definitely a play.
Yo, that put a couple of notches down for me.
Yeah, that messed up my history on how I thought about it. Because I remember me and him chill. My man Sean King spot in the Bronx. He after hours chill, get drunk and all that. Him, Scorpio sometimes, Cash, Grandma's Cash and all of that.
That's a Cash, yeah.
Rock with these people. I rock them for real, for live. And I always tell them straight up, yo, thank you, man. Thank you for, you know what I'm saying, being so dope back in the days and opening doors for us as fathers. I always say things like that, you know what I'm saying, when I really mean it to an MC, especially them. You know what I'm saying? They Bronx gold right there. You know what I'm saying? Right. They come from my borough and all of that. So yeah, to hear him do the whole, you know what I'm saying, advocating for Joe, and, you know what I'm saying. Then like I said yesterday, you know what I'm saying, Joe must have made an impression on him by showing him active violence around him. That he had to feel like he got to be scared of Joe. Or he must have heard stories. Oh, he knows Joe, though.
That's
Joe do things like that. Joe do things like that. For those who don't know, he'll get other people to do some active violence.
For those who don't know, that's a Bronx thing. For those who don't know, that's a Bronx thing. You do active violence in front of somebody who intimidates them.
Get the shit out of him. Yeah. And then he'll be the nice guy. Joe will be the nice guy. No, he's cool. He's cool.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
No, those tricks. We come for those same tricks. I had to beat up a lot of people, because, you know, say this nigga Joe, he put a narrative out there, I'm a punk or something, behind the scenes. Right. DJs. I remember I went to a party one time, and I'm in there, just regular shit in the Bronx. And I'm in there, I'm with my people. Right? Not too many people, like 3 or 4. And I'm there all day. As soon as I walk in, people, the DJ recognizes that I'm there. Niggas start, and that's the days, at that time, you getting beat up. You play the enemy, like Ja Rule and 50, you can't play that. You know what I'm saying? Like DJs knew respect. We had beef with each other, we playing this. And if you played, I gave the dude chances, right? So he played the lean back, right? I'm like this. Inside, I'm getting hot away like this. Everybody start looking at you like this. I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Cool. The finish, I'm waiting for the finish. The song to be finished. You know what I'm saying? Second verse go off. He goes. I think he goes. And I'm looking. I'm like, another song's going on. Again, he throws it back. I'm like this. So I go tell him. I say, yo. I go to the DJ booth and I go, yo, I'm not down with TS no more. Like that. He was like, I know. With the face like that. Wow. I go, all right, cool. Next thing you know, what's love? It's a fucking Fat Joe party now. It's a listening party for Fat Joe.
Okay, he's playing himself.
I'm like, I'm gonna lay him out after he gets out of work. I'm laying him out because there's right. So I'm selling. After a while, I get drunk. I start bobbing with the thing, whatever. He think I'm sleeping, whatever. Still throwing Fat Joe music songs throughout the club, right? I'll wait 4 a.m. You're packing up, putting you got the strip or little luggage thing that you put the equipment on. He drags. Going right outside of it. Yo, what's up? What you say, man? What? You trying to play me in there? He's like, no, man, I was just playing songs. Laid him out. Boom. He played Fat Joe songs around me. I waited till 4 o'clock. We got there like 1:30, 2 o'clock. But he had a whole Fat Joe time. As soon as I walked in. But then, word spread, and then they know. Right. DJs know they attack him.
But you got to do that though, bro, because they go.
Yeah, but Joe did worse. Joe did worse. Joe was in a DJ summit I forgot what the DJ summit was. At the DJ summit, all the DJs are there, right? And this dude, remember the nigga that did the Street Wars? I forgot his name right now, and I say it all the time too.
Street Wars. Who kid?
No, Street Wars.
Come Master C.
Oh wait, he's a young kid. He was a young kid. He was getting awards and all that, but he's part of the DJ thing. He's coming up.
DJ Absolute?
No way. DJ Absolute. I called him too in Sin City, but because I thought he was trying to. Anyway.
Okay.
Not that bad. I got left. Okay. But they ain't gonna mess with me. Like they rock with like certain people. Right. Like even DJ Enough's crew, like the Pitbulls and Flexes, they're not gonna rock with me. They rock with Joe. and then they consolidated with each other. So it's like a whole business with just one team, and none of them rock with me, so they're not gonna play my songs anyway. So I went on to but they had a DJ summit, and this nigga Joe guy like Pistol Pete, the niggas to jump up to do it in front of everybody because he did the first song. I did the Welcome to New York City. Remember that? That I did the remix too. That was a hot joint, and he had it in Street Wars. That's what he made a whole mixtape of people who got beef with each other, songs about it. So I guess Joe got offended. He made a spectacle of him, an example of him to all the other DJs. So you got the Terror Squad, and I heard it was Pistol Pete. You know what I'm saying? Set it off in the middle of the summit. Everybody's looking, and then the Terror Squad jumps him. Wow, right? And then Joe plays the, you know what I'm saying? The politician after that. Whoever plays Cuban Link song, that's what happens to you. I wish I was there. I wish I would have been there, man. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that he done nobody knows about, right? I know these things that he done to you know what I'm saying, to put a narrative out there. But yeah, and that's bully shit. That's like bully shit. I wish, you know what I'm saying? And the dude called me right after it happened. He told me, yo, they just got me. They just got me, Q. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, where you at? I'm trying to find things out. I'm trying to find, it wasn't even in the same state, I don't think. And yeah, that was an extra for me to even get more, because that's business wars. War turns into the business part, but you're not playing fair. Like, you're using innocent people, being a bully and shit. Like, how to let you rock like that? Like, how to let you rock? You know what I'm saying? Because that's not even, it's not points. You know what I'm saying? Bully, that bully shit is high school stuff that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and for you to masquerade and parade it like that, like you that dude, because you do foul, like abuso shit like that, like you get points for that. Maybe that's what he's going through, whatever. That's the karma, but he did things like that, man. P Cutter, what's his name? P Cutter.
P Cutter. I told you, nigga. I said that. No, I said
P Cutter.
No, I ain't said
nothing.
Like
Absolute
or some shit. Yeah, Masker. Yo, why you ain't you and Pun used to argue about the weight and shit? You used to get on his ass to be like, yo, what the fuck, nigga? Eat healthy or some shit.
No, it was definitely Pun used to get on his healthy thing. It's a thing. I mean, remember he's box. So when we in the era without the music money and things like that, when he wasn't writing rhymes and all that, like we used to be active. We used to play ball. He used to lose weight. He'd go to the gym, he loses real weight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mitch, that was just our trainer. He used to put, he used to call him Heavy. What's up, Heavy?
Right.
Black Mitch. Salute to Mitch, man. His son and his family, man. To this day.
Y'all was in John's boxing gym.
Joe's boxing gym, which is
John's.
Joe's. It was Big George. Big George.
George. Yeah, his name is Big George, but y'all was in John's boxing gym though.
So before the Apaches, I know.
Before the Apache, I know it's
right there, 167 or 169.
Was it 149?
Before Southern Boulevard.
It was the big. Remember, it was the big house.
It was a Nuns Garden right there. It was a Nuns Garden right there. No.
Right.
It was 167.
Okay.
You know where they got? You see the train overpass?
Yeah.
There's a triangle right there.
I remember.
167.
I got you.
Between Southern Boulevard.
Yep.
Southern Boulevard.
You're right. That wasn't John's. You're right.
It was George, Big George's. But that was his gym. He passed away too, man. God bless him.
God bless him.
But yeah, he was like 6'7", Big George. That was his gym. So so he used to be active when it came to that. So I know that he could win. I mean, lose or gain whenever. But he had a problem with it. Like when he laid back too much, he started eating. But when we active, he got no problem doing everything you do. I told you he beat me in one handball one day. I don't know how this dude is like 300 pounds. How he beat me in handball? He beat me with a killer at the end. The shit went all the way to 2020. And he killed me at the end, yo. And then he started laughing. This nigga doing flips on the floor, hitting the ball. Big, guy like Pun beat me. Yo, I was tight. Another, I was like, how you gonna beat me? But yo,
he used to be agile. He used to know how to carry his weight. That's the thing. He knew how to carry that weight.
Yeah, but that's black. Now, you can tell that's
black.
Of
course, yeah. At a certain time,
he carried it. He even deceived me. Like, I know he good. He not. But later on in life, I know he got too heavy. I seen it in his eye when he started. And then you got the yes men and people bringing him wheelchairs and shit, and saying another wheelchair filled with like McDonald's. And
yeah. Me and that got into an argument one time. We got into an argument because I was like, yo.
Oh yeah, I got mad at arguments. But I didn't want it. I don't want you to think that because he was a snapper, right? So
Yeah,
You know,
he could
the
get
old.
you, B.
I
That's what
used
makes
to
you
snap on him
stop.
because he used to
That's
snap on
what
me,
that.
right? Or
Yeah,
we go
that's what
straight to
makes you
Wayne.
stop, right?
But you know, but at the end of the day, it was real like emotional conversations between me and him. Uh, they never want to see him weak. You know, I mean, like, I tried. Later on, he did that to me when I tried Cuba. And she's like, I'm back. And this, that, that. Stop eating, nigga. Like, stop. What the fuck? Stop. Let's go. Stop. I'm like, yeah, but you always want to snap with me. And he do the petty shit with me. And I'm like, I'm not snapping you. I'm telling you for real. Like, just go back, like, to the gym. Let's even call Mitch again. Let's go back. Let's go to, you know what I'm saying? Because I know boxing is the way you lose weight fast. You know what I'm saying? We got a certain regimen in boxing. Put Abilene. Remember Abilene?
Mm-hmm.
You get the glad bag.
Mm-hmm.
When we do the hood workout.
You wrap it around, yeah.
The boxing thing. Abilene is like a hair removal cream, but it makes you sweat. You know what I'm saying? So you used to put it around there, then you throw the garbage bag on you, then we go jogging. You know what I'm saying? Around the hood. You go back to things like that, the Rocky shit. You already know. You gotta go back to the broke shit. You know, carrying logs and shit in Russia, and you know, while the Russian dude got all the machines, we go back to the earth. Paul knew how to do that. You know what I'm saying? And we from that. So when we got to the game though, it's like we never really thought about playing ball no more. And you know, it was about Rocky show coming up with the next song and you know, to be a hit. And
yeah, because when you go on tour, you start putting on weight. When you go on tour, start getting
and
fast
right,
food and
you
shit.
know, he sit there just right now. You don't have to do nothing. You just sit there. You know, your job is either driving something or just writing something. Fucking 20 burgers come. You start eating there.
Yo, I remember when
When he writes a hit.
I remember when
He write a hit.
He'll
So
write
what
a
you gonna
hit.
tell him? Don't eat the burger.
Right.
My bad. What you said?
No, I said I remember when I first met y'all and shit, man. That nigga vocals used to be so clear and cut, like.
Yeah, baby. You could tell that I had a problem trying to clear him up because I had to do the mixes when he passed away. I really took over like making him sound like you know the best he could have. Because you can hear the extra breath and clean his breath out in certain tracks. Certain ones you just can't do nothing about it. And it's just like, all right, and then he triples it. Sometimes I took out a triple because he's like, yo, even though he liked the shit tripled and quadrupled. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a secret.
That wasn't no secret, nigga. We all knew that shit.
No, I know, but if you get one track, his breath, you hear it. He doesn't have it. So he'll quadruple it to reinforce the voice.
Right.
So, you know, to get it thicker, so you could be like, oh, you know, that's a sound. Which is it's a trick to do that too. But you know, you can stack only certain parts. But he used to do that all day, so you won't hear the high pitch. You know what I'm saying? That high pitch Funk Master Flex voice, because it got even worse later when he gained weight. It was like and it was that.
Right.
It was that. So I had to do a lot of like, you know what I'm saying, helping out the vocal part with the engineers. I brought my man Ken Lewis, you know what I'm saying, to mix a lot of records. You know, he was one of my engineers that I used on the Flowers for the Dead and things like that. So I took everybody, like all the mixes from my session, because I was still working on my album, and I went to help with the Baby. I was really head spearing that one. Nobody wanted to, because I was, you know, me, I got stubborn. I had to break like the skits, the Eric Goya skit. I remember that skit, so I was in charge of actually doing that. Skit. The Eric Goya when he's coming in, the arrival and all that, and then he did the Igor, all of that. Like I was in charge of actually getting that done, and like adding the skits. The album was already done, and but he did give me the one song, the Cheat on Her. I asked him, you know, so that's definitely a song he gave me from his album. He had a crazy album, like Yeah Baby, it was crazy.
So he still got more work out there, or just that's it?
That's it. The only thing is the Full Eclipse tapes, probably. And then he used some songs, like he used Capitalism. He did that with Sunkiss.
Yeah.
Cannibalism is living in my metabolism, giving me spasms and aneurysms. That baby, that's it. It's for my thugs thinking bug. Body gives love.
That's what made me go like, yo, nigga.
Keeping the rapper kick at your terror when I'll be heading. The Armageddon is letting demons.
Yo, I wanted to
happen.
sign y'all
Going
niggas,
back to
man.
spiritual ritual times, which you will find Satan to script with critical mind. Never mind, I do that often. Hell risen orphan, bust out my coffin. I'm 11 abortion. Remember that nigga? Crazy.
I remember that. That was one of the first rhymes he told me. And I was like, yo, this nigga crazy.
Yeah, but we had that for Full Eclipse.
Full Eclipse, yeah.
Yo,
but, y'all niggas is crazy. Listen, y'all niggas was crazy, man. When I heard y'all, I said, yo, this is some next level rapping, though. Who the fuck is these niggas? I ain't gonna hold you, B.
We didn't even know. We were just, we had some, like, we were so fans of others that me.
Yeah, y'all was students
It
of the
took a
game.
long time for me, like, yo, they like me like this, like I'm nice like that. And I used to take it serious. Every rhyme I had was like serious, but it was like real. I only had like 4 or 5 rhymes. You know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
ain't gonna hold you. When I first met y'all, right? I thought you and Pun to me was like neck and neck, pause. Like y'all was like right there with each other. Sometimes he'll get the best of you, sometimes you'll get the best of him and shit. Like y'all would be like
And I
this
see,
each
I
other.
never, I always thought, at the end of the day, Pun was that crazy.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm saying?
feel
He
you.
was just that crazy. Him and Sace, like I always thought they was like, you know
No,
what I'm saying?
Sage was
I looked up
nice.
to them. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? When they said something, I was like, like anxious to hear them. Oh, yeah. Then that puts the gas behind me,
right,
so I could at least hang with them. I never
right.
thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when we
Tool
did
was
like
good
triple
too.
threat, and
Tool,
then with the, like triple threat,
right,
I just
right.
wrote that on just to hang with, cause to hang with them. I was always that dude that played the position, whatever. It could be the
Mm-hmm.
closer, it could be the bat, first to bat, it could be the middleman. I know how to play my position, whatever position you put me in. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I write towards that position. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I know I can't kill a joint in the front in the beginning. Like I always thought that. Like if you gotta let me go last, and we used to always say you first, say second. So if you let me go last, I know I gotta close the show. So I gotta come with the illest shit I got.
Y'all reminded me of the group I used to work with and shit, because I was working with them as far as the Riot Life and shit like that. My nigga Casper, Mr. Guns, rest in peace, and Hitman D, excuse me. Like they was from Theory in the Bronx and shit like that. And I was like, y'all niggas remind me of them and shit, the camaraderie of all y'all being together and rapping and shit. I was like, yo, these niggas is nice. I gotta put these niggas down with the Funk Brigade. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when we all clash and, you know what I'm saying, fuck with each other and shit. We used to go
Everything was
crazy
the
on the
funk.
stage.
Back in the day, that's when everything funky. Remember? Don't even Kane came out with that funky. Everything was
Yo, I
funky.
remember I remember when we was by the
I'm
store
gonna
by
make it real funky for you. Hey, I'm gonna make it real
I remember
funky.
we was by the bodega and shit right there by the projects and by Tent and Forest and shit on Trinity or whatever. And we used to be there just rapping and shit. And this nigga Pony used to sit in the crate. Used to go in and out the fucking bodega and shit, get the 40s and whatnot and shit. We used to do that
You was
stuff.
ever there when he used to carry, like, he told people, like, he'll go like that by the building. He said, get on top of me. Like, everybody used to make a
Oh
bridge and
yeah,
shout.
yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
I
We
remember
used to
that.
do that. We used to be drunk as hell drinking private stocks and St. Ives.
Private
Oh,
stock
man.
is saying nine. That's when the private stock back in the day, you twist the cap and you see the numbers and all that shit on the bottom of the cap and whatnot. Oh shit! Shout out to Blaze the Bull, man.
He's
Salute
the
Cuban.
bull, man. Salute.
Salute to Cuban, the only one that can recite all puns work. Fat Joe can't recite one.
He could definitely steal them, though. He could definitely steal them, man.
You
Act
said
like he
definitely
did.
Steeler?
He stole them. He never gave my brother credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go down the Fat Joe catalog, especially after we came, and even before we came. It was Armageddon before Pun, like I said. Then it was Joe and Pun. Pun took
Yo,
over after that.
I
He,
remember when Pun did
but
John
but he's
Blaze,
a,
my
he's a,
nigga.
he's a, like a picky thief. Like he'll go to Pun and be like, "Come on, Twain, you gotta write me a rhyme. Like, come on." Like very like he has no pride when he comes asking you for stuff. Then later on, he's like, "Yo, give him my credit." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like Pun was doing that out of love to make him better. Because remember, we used to always stop on him, talking about mash your toes. I'm gonna mash your toes. You got a flow, Joe. So we used to giggle on him that he was an average rapper. He got flow, but he's just average. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, don't tell Pun nothing. Like Pun had that thing about him. Like, listen, man, my $10,000 watch right here says you're wrong. You know, things like that. He used to do that to Joe too. Joe used to get
Wow.
tight. You know, but you know, I mean, he worked for it. Pun worked
Right.
for it. You didn't give me no royalties there, so I could say what I want.
Yo, I remember the
Everybody in
day.
the world knew Pun was the different was the actual star of that show. It wasn't Joe no more.
I
You know
remember
what
the
I'm saying?
day. I
Pun
remember
made
the
him go along with him. That's what it is.
right.
Pun actually did him a favor because he didn't have to write him a rhyme and made him dope. Like the people would have judged. You know, Pun blew that nigga Joe out the box when he came to the rhyming. Everything, swag,
Mhm.
whatever. You know, say he tried to take credit. Oh, I dressed Pun up. 5,001 flavors of dressed Pun up. Talking about Pun had to pay a budget for that man to do that.
Mm.
So you know what I'm saying? When he say like that, I'm the one who did this. He did open a road in the business world for him.
Mm-hmm.
Give him that. And it was partnership there. But as far as that he invented Pun, nigga, Pun invented you, nigga. He remade you. How's that?
Mm.
And when he remade you, he put you on a different level. It's not like he just made you regular. or a little bit. No, he put you in a level. He brought you with him.
But let
To
me
a
ask you a
level.
question. There's no shame in saying that. Eazy-E says that Ice Cube writes his raps, and Eazy-E is still revered as that nigga.
But
What is this? What
because
is the
Joe
shame?
thinks that he's your MC. The problem with it is if you come from the school that we come from, you know, MC writes his own rhymes.
That's a fact, though.
Writes his own rhymes. That's the
I can't.
whole
To
thing.
this day, I can't let nobody touch my
You know what
pen.
I'm saying? So now Joe is a guy that thinks, you know what I'm saying? Like that you know, he used so many people. He used King Son. His whole career, he used people to give him hits and put him up there with hits. But he doesn't want to admit it. He wants to take the credit for that. Like, look, I wrote this. I'm up there with the top. Where was my? I'm the most underrated. You're not underrated, dog. Is that we? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The other guys' talent are better. That's all. And he can't seem to swallow that. So he thinks he's in a competition against other MCs. Like, dog, they already know you took rhymes from other people. He doesn't know how, like I told you, they don't know how to come to their own, you know what I'm saying? Like,
So he's in nobody's top. He's in nobody's top 10.
when he's not of MCs, he's out of the category of MCs. He never wrote, you didn't write those. MC status quo. Now, entertainers, yes, you're going to be going against the Puffies of the world, the Easy E's of the world. Fat
Kanye
Joe.
West.
No, Kanye West writes his own shit.
He writes his rhymes, but not all of them. Rhyme Fest writes a lot.
But he wrote more than, you know, you got to give him props. Like even Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre too. Dr. Dre, other people wrote
You know, Dr. Dre does write, though. I ain't going to take that away.
No, he does
he does.
music. No, he doesn't write.
No, he does
used to write all his shit. Then it was Ren writing his shit. Then it was Eminem writing his shit.
No, he does write, though.
Dr. Dre does it.
He wrote like 1 or 2 songs. That's about it, bro. Other than that, probably everybody else wrote.
Fresh yourself. Did you think he wrote that one?
I think so.
Good.
Yep. I think that's one of the ones.
He started sounding like he was writing for a minute though. He did in that NWA album. When after Ice Cube left, yeah, he sounded like he started putting the pen. But I don't know because he even said it.
So wait a minute. So FloJo came.
FloJo was King Son. King Son, the shit is real. FloJo was King.
But listen. FloJo, was it Jealous One Envies or Don Cartagena?
Okay. And wrote that, like a lot of joints in there. Then Don Cartagena. That's what he said. That Pun gave him that name. Pun said, "Yo, you got, come on, stop with the stuck shit. Come on, twin." You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta be, you know, like he was already going platinum. Pun was still not playing all that. So Joe started doing, okay, you know that he knows how to fucking commit. He knows how to commit to the other cops when they're bigger than you. So he made Pun. You know what I'm saying? He gave him more. Like Pun made him a believer.
Right.
So Pun told him, "Yo, listen, stop that shit with the thug shit. We already been there, twin. We past the thugs and the shit in the street shit. I mean, you were the Don. And his last name is Cartagena. It's gangster, like Don Cartagena. That should be a name. That's why he started with the suits. You know what I'm saying? He started doing this. Pun gave him that idea. Pun was the fly nigga. So for that nigga to be like, he dressed Pun. Like, Pun had swag with.
Pun had
brought
swag.
everything to the table. He brought rhymes to the table. He brought swag to the table. He brought attitude. He brought hardcoreness, realness. He brought it. He brought the whole Boricuas with him, man. And the black people loved him. That's it. You know what I'm saying? He gave the love back to the black people. Like that's the connect. That was it. He was the full.
Pun had soul, bro. I don't know why the fuck he had so much. He had soul. I said, yeah. I told him to his face, I said, yo, nigga, you got soul, my nigga. Like, you ain't just no regular cat, bro.
He had everything. He had that sauce, man. Pun.
When I heard that, I'm not a player. I just question.
Nobody knows this. Nobody knows this. You know, Big Pun's favorite group.
The Temptations.
Mob Style.
Oh, Mob Style, yeah.
He loved Mob Style. Yo, he loved that real shit. Like, I used to be like,
AZ and them, yeah.
I used to be a kid, you have Big Daddy Kane. They was out there. Mob Style had a whole story with them. You understand? Like, they had the real, background.
It was on 132.
You already know, like, yo, he loves Mob Style. He loved it. He used to pop on his call day. I used to be like, the story, the AZ story. When he told the story about the, you know what I'm saying, Paid in Full joint.
Yeah.
Remember AZ did the whole soundtrack to it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he loves shit like that. Like, he loves street shit like that. So Pun was there. That's why he said, "I'm not Menudo. No, I'm not the one. I studied judo." You know, he was for real about that. Don't get me confused with that little pop star.
I don't know. For some reason, I think the beat, and the way he spit that rhyme was my favorite joint. It was
Yo, we not looking at none of these dudes.
No, shout out to everybody in the chat. Yo, hit the like button.
Shout out to this chat, man.
But listen, okay, the one where him and Stace is on. just bury the nigga that's right there. All right, twin, all right, then we fight and find the thunder and the lightning, ice in the arm, ice on the charm. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that?
Ice put a
Brave in the heart, brave in the heart.
I'm a ghetto god. Yeah. I'm a
Fire.
ghetto god. I'm a ghetto god. Terror squad. What? Nah, pun. And listen, there's another thing he did. Man. Besides, he brought his best friends with him and people he knew. But he stamped that Terror Squad name, man. So he did all this for Joe. Joe never gave him that love, man. When it came,
he definitely stamped that name.
That's why people call him a good businessman. He's a thief, man. He's a con artist. He's a liar. So it's not a good businessman to me, man. He took advantage of the love that people gave him. All his life.
Let me ask you this.
I feel
let me ask you this. When Joe Bunk pun around people like Nas, Raekwon and them and all that, you think he was living vicariously through Pun, saying like, yo, even though I got the best, I got the best rapper. Look, like, yo,
yeah, he did do that. He did do that. He took Pun everywhere, but he knew all of them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Him being in relativity, him having a connection inside the game already. Mm-hmm. They all knew Joe. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Remember, Joe was a white, like Latino, like Puerto Rican, have Cuban, but he was like more revered because he was different than the black artists. You know what I'm saying? So even though the black artists had mad love for him, he knew he had a lane. He knew he had that Spanish lane, that New Yorican lane where it's like the black and Latinos gonna love him if he does it right. Mm-hmm. So that's why Pun came. When Pun came, he put that icing on the cake. That lane was so, like Pun already locked that lane down. Joe opened up the doors a little bit, but Pun just blew it open and he solidified that. You know what I'm saying? He solidified it in both markets, black and Spanish. You know what I'm saying? So that's where really the lane is, and that's the lane we created. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, as big as he was, did he ever fly to like Cali or some shit?
He flew everywhere. He flew everywhere. 600 pounds. 2 seats though. You gotta get 2 seats. 2 seats, and they take the extra. You gotta get the extra seatbelt thing. The extension. They go pose stupid. He used to put it around his head. He's coming like this. With the extension, he had the buckle right here. Like, he used to strap around his head and be like this, fall out. That's why I did the Goya shit. That was really him, man. That was really him. Even though it wasn't a based sound effects. But it was really him. He'll wake up everybody. And you can't wake him up. A student tried to wake him up one day. He tried to kill her. In front of everybody. Yeah. Like, you want to touch me, bitch? Whore. You whore. In front of this whole plane. And we all looking like, oh, shit. You should have woke him up. Like, we already knew. Shit, wake him. Don't touch him. Wait, sleeping. And he put lots of the, start putting the pressure on the stewardess. Like, who the fuck told you to touch him? He said, that's whore. I'll kill you. Touch me again. You don't like to be woken up. You don't like to be woken up. You don't like to be, nobody should wake him up. Don't touch him when he's sleeping.
How crazy.
And that's trauma.
How crazy.
That's trauma. You can tell that's trauma from back in the day.
How crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know how intense that was.
Yeah, no.
I didn't know. Like, he used to be so much of a snapper. He'll snap on the worst shit you got. Like, defects, whatever you got, he'll snap on you.
Oh, no, yeah.
And so
but he would get that from the brothers, because that's how we were. We would snap on the worst shit you got.
Yeah, worst shit, but hurt your feelings though. You know what I'm saying?
We would do the same thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, so we used to.
Yo, listen,
like, I used to snap on him. He used to tell me stories.
Me tell you a story.
I used to tell him stories. I used to snap on him, right? Mm-hmm. Not knowing that, like, he had a dark, like, young, so when like the father forcing him to read shit, beating him up, waking him up. That's what it was. Father used to be an army dude, which is Nikki's father, Nicole, his sister. Mm-hmm. And so when he was with his mother, his mom was doing drugs and all that. But what he went through as a shorty used to wake him up like 5 in the morning. Hey, son, like shorty, like that. Put an apple in his head, and if he drops the apple, like torture shit like that. So I understood when that shit, like, you touch him when he's sleeping. That's when he's a kid. You know what I'm saying? Right. I just didn't know how deep until later. I was like, word. Because I thought he was lying about all the shit he told me. Right. I thought he was just lying and trying to compete with me. Like, we had it worse. We used to battle on who got the worst. Like, I used to sleep on the benches. Like, I came in a boat with sharks. He used to go crazy. Like, he used to be, you don't know what life is. You know what I'm saying? He used to talk shit. And he used to say, yeah, wake up like that. When you wake up with your finger in your ass when you were little. Then you'll be like, I used to think I'm making shit up.
What are you talking about?
Like, you know, in a conversation when niggas just say one thing, you'll be like, too far. You'll be like, all right, what the fuck happened there? That's too dark. He never told me about it, but he told me. Like,
that was real?
I knew it was real later after he passed. But in the beginning, we used to snap. I wouldn't never touch that subject.
Right.
Because, I wouldn't do that. But he would. That nigga would use that shit. If it happened to me, he would use it. I just couldn't do that to him. Because I was scared of that. Like, what really happened there? And he never really said it. All I ever saw him do is flip out on like his mother and have arguments. And other people, he'll tell them in the phone, remember when you used to do this? I used to hear this shit like this. And I used to think he's doing it just to be spiteful.
Mm-hmm.
But it was real shit he went through. And then I really seen that when he showed me the tapes. He showed me the tapes of the mom dukes. They are like, oh man, this, me, I love moms. All the adults. Like, I respect, I'm come from that. So when he used to say things to his mom, like arguing like that was like some regular person.
Yeah, you can't shake trauma like that, bro. That's
He
you're
had
gonna
a
need
lot of
therapy
trauma.
down the road. Did you ever try to get therapy and shit?
Hell no. We come from the hood, man. You see me yesterday? Did you think I got therapy? If I would have had therapy, I would have had the little bust out crazy shit. I hate everybody. Whore, bitch, you fucking pussy. I would have said it. I would have been like, yo, I can't do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's why I had to just be like.
But that was back then. That was back then when we
But we
shunned
still
therapy.
got that. We all got that.
Want that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Something triggers it always. You know what I'm saying?
Some things trigger. Right.
Yesterday was living in liquor and fucking talking to you. You breaking my heart. You didn't say what you supposed to have said in
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck everybody.
Fuck you.
Going back into Vietnam. That's the Vietnam flashbacks.
Hit the like buttons. Hit the like buttons, man. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. This is looking good. Hit the like buttons.
But Joe said he had therapy. He said I have to go to a therapist. Oh, nice. You got the money that you stole from Pun to pay for the therapist. Because none of the other people from Terror Squad have money to pay for therapists. So hey there, Mr. fucking, Joe Soprano over there. He really think that he's, one of those people. Like, get it cut out. Good therapy. Come to me. I'll give you some therapy. Right there, across the face. Right there. That's
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Wake up.
Crazy.
Cut out. Got fresco.
Got it fresco.
Yeah, yo, wake up from that fucking baloney dream you
had.
It's
crazy. It's crazy how his son looked just like him, though, bro.
Yeah.
That nigga's a spitting image, bro.
Cool. Chris.
His son. Yeah. Spitting image. The gap tooth and all that shit.
I got a story with him, too, man. He was like 5 years old, man. He had to go. He was like 7. And I used to live remember the Patterson house? I used to live under like a doctor. Because I had the doctor, commercial doctor agency in the bottom. So he went to the doctor. And my wife's mother at the time, she used to work in the doctor's office. So Liza came. So it was the day of school. He had to get vaccinations to go to school. I had to go downstairs. I lived upstairs in the house. The doctor's office in the bottom. So they told me to come down. Liza told me, come down. Pew, help me because, this kid with the needles. I was like, all right, cool. I'll go downstairs. And they got him in the room, the clinic right there, the room. And the doc, my wife's mother, she's the one who gives the vaccination shots. So he was like, no, Chris. I was like, all right, Chris, don't worry about it. Just, it's nothing. It's just, a little pinch and then you'll be good. Don't worry. No, he freaked out. Like he saw, like, for real, like freaked out. So much that Liza was like trying to hold him, right? So he's like, help me, Q. So I grab him and I don't want to grab him. He's a little solid kid.
Right.
So now I grab him, but I don't want to feel like I'm roughing him up because how the fuck the needle goes in and it can break.
Right.
So I'm holding him. I said, don't worry, Poppy. Look, I'll do it first. And I'm holding him back. His front is to me, but I'm holding him like, don't worry about it. He's good. He's like, do it. She came closer with the needle. He's like, no. He went like this to me. He had me on his back at 7 years old, spinning me around on his back. He said, no. I said, holy shit. I didn't know it was going to be like this. Little Chris was strong, but he crazy, but he reminded me of Pun because I see Pun do the crazy shit, not about needles, but other shit. I see him like I lose his marbles in front of me. Mm-hmm. I said, "Yo, this is Pun's son for real." And Liza looking at me, when he was spinning me on his back, I hit Liza with the feet. She hit the fucking the cabinets. My mother, my fucking wife's mother scared to death. Oh no, what is this? I said, you're not gonna do this shit. Poppy, I'm trying to talk to him. I was like, he might fuck me up later. Like, Chris might fuck me up. He's like 7. Like, let him calm down. For real. That's a real story.
That's crazy.
Real story, man.
That's crazy. He's a big dude, though. I ain't gonna call him a kid. He ain't a kid no more, but he's a big motherfucker. I
He
met
was
him.
slim for a minute too, man.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
met
saying?
him when he was older. I seen him bad times when he was a kid.
Now he's getting big.
Actually,
Now
especially
he's
he's
getting
big
big
now. I'm
now.
like, yo, this nigga's a big
He looks
motherfucker.
starting to look like Pun even more.
Like his father.
The gap tooth for hair. Like he had the gap tooth and everything. Like Pun.
Yo, but
Yeah,
at the
all of
same
them.
minute,
Amanda looked just like
yeah.
just. That's his twin. And then Shesha is like both of them.
It's like you're both of them, like yeah.
Shesha's like the middle one in the middle. Yeah, man. But yeah, salute to them, man. But we had some great memories. I know there's some bad ones for them. I know. I understand that one too. But I remember the good ones. And that's what it is. We
I'm
got to
pretty sure
stop
they remember those. I
reminding
remember
them.
you Theo.
Yeah, after a while, but they got some painful joints in there. They got some painful joints.
Yeah,
So
But
I've
sometimes
been patient always.
the glue is not there. So you know what I'm saying? Now they gotta make the glue for themselves and shit. Cause you know how family is.
No,
You
but
ain't the only
remember,
one
no
that has.
therapy. There's no therapy. It's
Yeah,
just straight up
you're not
like.
the only one. You're not the only one with family problems, bro.
But
There's
it's
a
off
lot
the
of
cuff. You
fucking.
already know when we from the hood. We off the cuff with it. Like we ain't paying no goddamn somebody to listen to our story trying to tell us advice. You know what I'm saying? We got that bravado too, like with that ego. Like, why don't another nigga gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? So we keep that with us. Sometimes you do need that
Yo,
therapy.
you know that first line that you said. I was always trying to figure out what the fuck this motherfucker said. Off the book, he was like, "Punish the bastard, the fast." And then I knew the rest of the rap, but then when you came in, I was like, "What the fuck did he say?" Like,
Oh,
and
the
I don't
Punisher
think there was like
bastard.
lyrics back in the time. I don't think there was like lyric sheets or whatever back then. If there was, I really
Oh
didn't
yeah, it
jump
was.
into it.
Remember, you had to submit it. The label will want you to write
Right,
lyrics.
but I'm saying online and shit like that. I don't think it. It probably was, but I was still trying to figure out what the fuck you said in the beginning.
I didn't hit no. Oh, Punisher passed it.
Yeah, that's what you
That's
said.
it. Punisher passed it at
Yeah,
last.
but on the thing it said, I think it says Punisher bastard. It's not bastard, but
They
bash it.
always mess my shit up. Oh,
Like bash
Punisher
it.
passed it at last. It's rappers that really blast shit. Cash getting big. Willie niggas like Billy Babgate up at Jimmy's Cafe. Having caviar, cracking crystal at the bar, smoking cigars, living large. We rob and steal, roll with the mob, doing jobs for bills. I'm hard to kill.
Real,
Real nigga, guard your
Dodgy
grill.
grill.
Like a chill, spark and and get high. I'm one hell of a guy. Fly, belly can fly. What up,
And you
big
said
dog?
that's eight. You said that's 8 bars, right?
That's 8 bars. Yeah.
See, because that's what they have it. They said Punisher bash it.
Bro, they gave me.
B-A.
They
That's
gave me my
8.
curtain call, my grand opening. They gave me a shot. You know what I'm saying? Stamped me. You know what I'm saying? He put me in that situation, and then the beating us, they kept me and showed me love. They put me on. Yesterday, I didn't like it either. I was like, nobody give me love. That even, you told me, don't say nothing about the beaters. I said, I love them, but they could have
Nah,
did more.
that was a
They could have
classic
did. And then
joint.
you was doing the bullshit. Oh boy, you gotta put it on them to put you on tour. I said, they could have.
As drunk as you was, you remember all that shit.
Oh, I remember. That's why I'm fucking ashamed of
Yo,
them.
you know what's crazy
This
though? Let me
shit.
tell you something. Let me tell
It
you
just came
something.
out the wrong way. You know, I say it with
Let
anger.
me
It comes out dark. I don't
let me
like.
tell you.
I didn't like that image.
Let me tell you something.
I do believe what I said. It
Right.
just
You know how hard it is. You know how hard it is to get a actual classic song in this game, bro. Even though there's hundreds of popular classic songs, there's billions of people that
yeah,
don't
man.
got that.
Salute to the Peanuts, and you know what I'm saying. Relativity. They made that their single, and I know they was using Pun as the carrot. Because Pun was the carrot. He was setting up to actually do his album. So
Mm.
the Peanuts already knew that this thing, through the
It was gonna
industry
be
they already knew
hard.
Pun was coming with fire. It's
Right.
gonna be a classic album. In the underground, let's just see it as far as commercial. So they didn't get to do How to Be a Player until later. You know what I'm saying? Like almost the end of it
Mm-hmm.
of his. That was Pun's last song. Wanna be a player no more. Like the remix,
That was his last song. What?
the actual song at the end of all the songs that he did already, like Capital Punishment. That was
Right.
the
Right.
last song in the Capital
Oh,
Punishment.
okay. Got
That
you.
was the remix one, my darling, darling
Right.
baby.
That almost didn't get on the album, right?
No, that was the first single, but it didn't do what
No,
commercial.
no. I'm talking about the remix. I'm talking about the remix.
The remix is the reason that the album sold 3 million.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Because you couldn't get the single. You couldn't get Still Not a
right?
Player by itself. So
Right.
that sold the whole album. So in order to listen to Pun album, get the whole album, or to get that single, you had to buy the whole album.
Right.
So that's why he went triple platinum too. He sold 124,000 the first week.
Oh, he went triple platinum though. I thought it
Triple
was still
platinum over
double
time,
platinum.
yeah, over time.
Where's your plaque at?
Up Joe's ass. He stole that shit too. That nigga cheated. He boofed that shit. And he's acting like it's his. He only pulls it out when he shows off. Make sure that I'm not around. Go fucking plaque.
Yo, he's an asshole.
Nigga just stole a lot of things, but he's a thief. That's what I'm
So
saying.
wait, you was on Glamour Life. That was the only one you was on, or you was on another joint? I know
One's
y'all
album,
did the skit. Yeah,
one's album was Glamour Life.
right. It was
Yeah,
Glamour Life.
and I was on Toe to Toe.
Toe to toe.
I was doing things with Pun on that Toe to Toe.
No. I'm talking about just on Capital Punishment and shit.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, the Glamour Life.
Yeah.
I was put with the crew. So me,
No,
say
Glamour Life
that was
was
you know,
fire. Yeah,
and
no, Glamour Life was fire. I ain't
and
gonna
also
lie, it was fire.
the deal was like when Pun like does his thing and comes out, he was gonna put us on. Like we gonna go through Pun. Joe skipped the whole shit because Pun wanted us to fit in, the territory and be family. So once that started blending in, and they started having real love for you, like Joe started having real
But
love.
here's the problem. Here's the problem I have with y'all though, especially you and Pun. Y'all ain't need Armageddon and Prospect, my nigga. You could have called me and Pearl, man.
First of all, Armageddon is down with Joe. He already mad that we like taking over. Keith Nutt started like leaving slowly but surely. Like we love Keith
Okay,
Nutt. So he started doing that. I don't know what he felt. Did Joe tell him, yo, bye? I didn't know. But it was like we was coming in like taking shit over. Like
take it over.
he first started with Pun, you know what I'm saying? Then Pun brings me, then I'm coming out. Now you see I'm getting this by himself. Then Sace come with me, and I'm getting this going further down the line. Prospect. So it's really the crew that Pun brought that
Right.
made this nigga make the Terror Squad the Terror Squad. Because Armageddon was always dope, but and then we didn't mind working on it. Like Armageddon was dope. You know what I'm saying? So Joe just never gave him the love that he deserved. Remember, Armageddon was supposed to come out with an album after. Before me, I could be mad about, saying my shit coming out. Like, I was set up to come out off the books. The Joe album, Triz. I was already set up. You know what I'm saying? Why would you put me with the Terror Squad album to put, like, to just, you know what I'm saying? Put more people in there I'm talking about as far as business. If I'm set up already, they put the Cuban Link album. Then you put
You know what's crazy? Let me know what's crazy.
this nigga he put the Terror Squad album because that's the paper. He gets 90%.
You know what?
90.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you. You know what's crazy? I just noticed. I remember the time when Joe asked me and Pearl and shit. Well, he asked me and shit, and I told Pearl that he wanted to manage us and shit like that. Like, yo, let me manage y'all. And that was around. That was a little bit before Pun, before he met y'all and shit. We
He
was
was trying
like,
to manage everybody. He was trying to manage Coogee Rap.
yeah.
He
He was
was.
like, nah.
I swear to God.
Yeah.
We
No, I'm
started
not
Terror
saying you
Squad
lying.
Records. He
I
wanted to
was saying.
sign G Rap. He wanted to sign G Rap. He wanted to sign people. And I was gassing G Rap too to come. I was lucky he didn't take that fucking opportunity. I would have been like this. Oh my God. Yeah, my bad. But I was playing with the team. I was playing, I was happy with Joe. Nigga, we made your dream come true. You know what I'm saying? You're a label owner, your boss. We had that attitude for him. There was never no jealousy. I want to be there. So we was playing that role with him. So we
Yo,
saw the cookie jar in his hand there.
Yo, when you do your music, man, I want you to sound more like how you sounding on Off the Books and shit. You be tripling and quadrupling your vocals, niggas. That's that Tupac
My
shit. Cut
voice,
that shit out.
I got the ill voice now. Crazy. You heard my shit. You heard some of my shit. That's
Yeah,
a
no,
single
that's
voice.
it. Yes.
My voice goes. Look, man, it's a whole different, like, golden bars.
No, I'm
Back
not
in the
gonna.
days, that sounded like a chipmunk. Like, he used to stop on me, man.
I ain't let nobody hear the song. I'm just saying the song that you got with your son is fire, bro.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Fire.
Como te quiero,
Like
Cuba.
you could put that out in 10 more years. It's still
Gotta
gonna
be
be
right,
it's,
though.
it's
Gotta be
still
right.
gonna be nice.
This is legacy time, so you know what I'm saying? The Missing Link album is what I've been trying to give them that. We started some of them shits before the COVID, and I'm about to drop it, of course, the epidemic that nobody in life have ever heard about happens. So you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, and we was about to pull the trigger on that too. And I had to hold back. Then things went south with the sponsors bullshit with the partner. Doing some other shit. They get caught up. They did the Sunshine shit to me. Remember, not the Tony Sunshine. I'm talking about the hooker Sunshine from Harlem Nights. Remember the gangster nigga? Hey, tell your moms I'm never coming back. Remember, he never came back. And they go, like, what the fuck? Nigga, he ran away with a hooker. I'm like, what the fuck going on in my life? So, so that took us a break, but it's only right. I'm following God's plan. I know I got the golden tickets with certain joints, and you haven't heard the real ones that I'm talking about, like big songs. So I want to make a project of that. I'm doing it myself, so I gotta be patient. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what's up.
That's all.
What's up. You gonna still tell that story?
It's an excuse, but this isn't a real excuse. Like y'all can see me out here like this, yo. You have a business. You have to have a business plan. You have to do it right. You have to get the right marketing. You have to reach the right people, and that's why I've been in the middle of for a long time.
So who you gonna still want to tell a story about the Madison Square Garden shit? That was funny as hell. Nobody ever heard that story.
What happened in Madison Square Garden?
Madison Square Garden, motherfucker.
Okay, wait. Oh, with the J Lo.
Yeah,
Oh, was I was telling you that story yesterday?
yeah.
I just remember the J Lo. Yeah. Oh yeah, that she put me on and shit, and that Pun couldn't make it. Pun couldn't make the show.
Pun couldn't make it, or he didn't want to make it.
He
Cause
didn't really want to make it.
I forced that out of you too.
Yeah,
Nigga.
because he was tired of doing things for free and all that. He did like we already did like stadiums and shit. Pun already did the stadium tour. So Madison Square Garden, we already did that. He was tired of that. You know what I'm saying? So some rest that he wasn't booked for tour. He'd rather spend with his family, you know what I'm saying, chill at home. So I was still on some more like everyday party. And Joe was with me like this, everyday party. So me and him started getting tight at the time. So, we was
Right.
around all that shit happening. I remember me and him went to see Diana Ross too. Like Diana Ross. That was dope. Diana Ross, I saw Prince. I saw the dude I saw G Money. G Money looked funny. Remember G Money from New Jack City, the actor? He was really hot at that time. But he had gotten older. He had a little curly fro. Me and Joe looked at him like he had bad makeup. He was about to do a scene. We looked at him. And he was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" But he looked like a whole different person. G Money, he's like thugged out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Poetic Justice and shit like that. Like he was part of those movies. So we look at this shit, mad fake, like a little, like a doll, a dressed up doll. And me and Joe started gigging. We couldn't stop. We got a laughing attack.
So it's safe to say that J-Lo wanted Pun to be on the stage to do his verse for the whatever song that he did, and he said, "Fuck that, I'm staying home." And here come Cuban Link to come out the stage with a microphone.
Joe put me there because I'm the only one who knew the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pun had a little 8-bar, 12-bar joint there, one in the beginning, one in the middle. So yeah, I came out and shit. But yeah, the crowd looked at me strange too. They knew it was Pun. So, who the skinny dude there? They didn't know me yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm over here like, yeah, come out in the middle of the Madison Square Garden. Jennifer Lopez doing her routine with the dances and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll come out like this. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like this. And I forgot a couple of words too. I didn't want to do it either. I don't know this fucking song like that. They made me learn that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing my album. I got mad rhymes in my head. I'm the worst at remembering shit. So, but I got through it. I got through it. But Joe was there. That's what it was. Joe had his part and Pun had his part. So I was doing Pun's part, but Joe was performing with us.
So let's explain this real quick, because a lot of people think, you know what I'm saying, you just got anger off the fact that you had a bad deal and whatever situation, right? But a lot of people don't know you and Joe was actually getting close with each other, even off of Pun, without the relationship with Pun. But y'all was getting close, like, you know what I'm saying?
Not like that. No, we didn't do that. We didn't scissor each other.
I'm talking about cool with each other. Like, oh shit, I fuck with him.
Keep it real goes wrong. That close with scissor, me and Joe scissor each other. Nothing that fucking two. Anyway, yeah, I said that before, man. I said that because that's what the betrayal hurts more, because it's like, you my
That's
friend.
What I was gonna say. Yeah, because it wasn't just a business thing. It was more of a
it was a fact that I uncovered him for what he was really doing behind the scene. You know, before it was the upfront. You know what I'm saying? The paying homage. Oh, damn, thank you, my bro. You know, taking out the hood and you got us out here. You know what I'm saying? So we gave the love back in other ways. He just never says that about us. He never. You know what I'm saying? So it was like certain times. And then when I got closer to him, the fun part, you know what I'm saying, parties and shit, and us, you know what I'm saying, he really knowing who I am, we clicked. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy's, we just clicking. So I got blinded of what the business side was. Then I started doing the business. I'm looking at my shit coming up short a little bit. I see him, you know what I'm saying? We go to a Terror Squad show because we finished the album. Now we time to do shows and shit. And he comes back and he's giving me, $200. Like, what are you talking about? What kind of respect do I get? I didn't grow up because I came there when I was getting $50 to hype. So I already got my album out. I'm getting 10,000, 12,000 for shows. I'm booked every day. So now I go to this Terror Squad store. They're giving us at least $30,000 for everybody. You give me $200 after the show's done? Pun didn't go on that tour, but I took the 200, and then he said, I said, what is this, 200? I said, you crazy? He said, okay, here. And he gave me 300 more. Like, for $500, you fucking, that's what you think of me. I'm getting, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting 10 G's for shows on my own. I don't want 10 G's, but let's break each other off right. You know what I'm saying? If it's 35,000, give a nigga like 5 each. Like me, Prospect, you know, those who came there, me, I'm getting. You can keep the rest fund income, okay, but give us at least 5. I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? This nigga got $200, $500. I threw that shit back. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Raul was in the backseat picking up all the fucking, because he gave it to me like in singles and fives. They try to make it a knot. So he called me with that much. I never went to a terror squad shit again. And I started looking at things. Then we got the terror squad deal. Then I started finding out the terror squad deal, he did it with this other guy named Greg, Mystic Studios. It was the partner. I think it was Big Beat.
Mystic Studios and
Big Beat, but it was Big Beat. That was his partner in Terror Squad, right?
Right.
They had an argument with the Greg dude, and I was leaving the studio one day, and he said, "Man, fuck this guy," and he was like an Italian, like, this. He said this, he's that. He's complaining. So I'm like, "What's up?" Because he was cool with us, cool with me. I was by myself. So I went with him. I was like, "What happened? Look at here, Cuban. Look what he's doing. Look, he's supposed to give you this much." He showed me the contract, $500,000 each. That's why I always knew that. But this niggas gave us $10,000. He gave me $10,000. So he already pocketing and robbing motherfuckers from back then. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear him in Flex saying this, he got nerve. He got nerve to say this. And I've been knew this. That's another reason I was mad that he was jerking us in Terror Squad album. Because they gave him $10 million. But he's acting like he had no money. So now I go through that way back then. But then I hear the front interview talking about he bought me a house. He gave us all $500,000 in cash. I was like, oh. So he's really reciting what the contract was. He stuck his foot in his fucking mouth again. And people know that. Like other Terror Squad artists should know that what he gave us. I was there. They know that. How could they? That's what I'm saying. Like, when am I lying? Tell me when am I lying about what I've been saying?
Yo, when I found out
so
about
some niggas that got the faith that they should have, like they extra.
Don't talk over. Don't talk over me. When I was finding out what I always doing this shit, I just left because I knew it was gonna be a problem. It was gonna be a serious problem. But I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do my own fucking thing.
Yeah, you leave everything. You're doing this artist shit. You're out there getting money for your family. You know what I'm saying? Like this, I hear the fat dude always talk about this. Who's gonna feed my kids? It's all about him all the time. It's about his family. Nigga, you think you're the only one with families? Niggas done left their families for months to go on tour with you. What do you think? You're gonna be? So that's how greedy and disgusting this guy is. And that was me in the short style. Like I left early. Imagine the dudes that stood there and had to go through that shit. I know Tony Touch is a punk. He takes whatever because he likes it from the back. You know what I'm saying? So good 3 strokes from that, he's already paid off for the whole week. So he'll do 20 shows as long as the AAA's behind him. So that's just him. But he must have got it confused. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be different. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be different. And like I told you, Pun was having problems with the renegotiation to the point that, my brother gave me a hint like this, who you rocking with? So I knew it was serious. So, you know what I'm saying, for this dude to be throwing a whole different narrative of his own narrative, lying, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to me. It's crazy. What kind of face do you have? But anyway, let's talk to him. Enough of the beluga. Let's talk about the beluga. Enough of the beluga. Let's talk about the Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
Yo, but my battery's dying. We're not going to do what we did yesterday.
Yes, the fuck we are, nigga.
So let's do the outro right now.
Stop. No, we're going to be here till 5 a.m.
Let's talk to them. Let's see. Jay Daniels, what's up? Has Pun ever told you Joe said about you when everything was good? Pun was he put me on temperature. He told me sometimes, like, yo, with Joe's mad, whatever. But nah, he never said when too much. Well, in the beginning, he said, Joe wants to take you somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like, oh, finally, he came around, you know what I'm saying? He believes in my talent, like after I did books. You know what I'm saying? But before that, he was hating. I had to go with these niggas at Fantastics in Florida, you know what I'm saying? Because Pun was able to take one dude, he took me. So I remember the Fantastics from Forest Projects all the way to Miami, driving. I had to take driving. I had to drive dudes. He tried to make me carry luggage at one time. I was like, yo, dogs, I got my own luggage. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, come on, he do that to you, embarrass you, like you fucking peon or a peasant. With me, he had a problem because you can't do that to me. Like, I'll let you do it as a friend. I'll carry your fucking luggage. You my brother. But you telling me, yo, pick that shit up. Like, what? Get the fuck your fucking shit. I'll kick that shit. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? That's who I am. That's why he did that with the Funk Master Flex. Why you always keep saying that same rhyme? Like, he did that bullshit to me. embarrassed me. I was like, what you mean? I just wrote mad rhymes with pun for you. And I'm again wrote in my head. So you don't have to tell them, which rhyme you wrote.
Which
Which
rhyme
one
you
you
wrote?
going to say, Joe? Excuse me, Mr. Cartagena. Are you going to say the one Punisher wrote you? Or the one Armageddon wrote you? I'm going to get that nigga Funk Master Flex said. Fans nigga turned pink, yo. He's the pink beluga. And there's only a few pink belugas in the world. He turned pink that day. And that bothered him. I know that bothered him. But yo, are you going to put your own people on blast that they're working for you for the whole. You don't embarrass your people. He got that bad, that bad money that he does. He does. That's why TA later on said that he was in front of the prince or whatever in Dubai, and then he started snapping on TA, talking about why you ain't why you showing everybody your ass crack? You playing your plans like too high class for the dudes that are helping him. And TA had a problem with that. Like that's why he noticed that this nigga's a baloney. But yo,
that's crazy. But nah, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. Get out of here. That's it. It's over. I love you. You're parting. The pen chopper thing. You're still my brother. You showed me you're my brother, especially yesterday. So I appreciate you for having the temper.
Shout out to Panda Chop, man. Me and Panda Chop gonna do a show tomorrow, man.
We're gonna do good, great, man. Anytime.
We're gonna do our own show, nigga.
Whatever we tell you, we'll ask you to do if you
want. We're gonna do our own show, and we're gonna shit on off the books.
I like vibing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like vibing. That's all. And like I said, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pearl too. I just didn't know certain things, that's all. I didn't know.
Because you dumb like that.
No, I'm not dumb. I'm actually too smart.
That's a fact. Though.
Now you could be a spy still. You could be a spy, Billy. You could still be a spy, Billy. But we here. We're putting you on the Cuban Link network. You know why? The Cuban Revolution will be televised. So we all we know when we said to each other. They seen you here with me. Those who have been following me for years, they know who've been around me, who's been in and out.
Yeah.
Who's been out the circle and all that. It's a lot. They know how I give it up always. And I'm up in the same fucking dude. So later on, if we see you with the beluga, fucking tap dancing, you know what I'm saying? In the middle of the ocean.
No, we're not gonna do that.
We all gonna look at you like this.
We're not gonna do that.
Get the BB gun.
You're not gonna make a narrative or a picture as if you're controlling the situation and all that shit.
First of all,
same shit I'll tell you be the same shit I'll tell anybody else.
I let everybody control it. I gave my top 50 years. I gave control it. I had to give everybody enough rope. Well, you know what happened with the rope? They hung themselves. So I'm controlling every situation.
No. Let me tell you this.
Controlling every situation. My control is not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Let me tell you this.
Not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
Let me tell you this.
Not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I don't need. My nigga, I'm not looking for no fame or no fortune from no man, bro. I hang out with niggas because they my friends and they genuine with me.
I believe you though. I believe
so
you.
You're not gonna see me hanging out with niggas, kissing anybody's ass and glazing them.
You can say that about me, yo, Q. You got the worst picking motherfucker in the world about friends. You can say that. I give you because I earned the fact that you can say that. I'm a worst. I thought I was a good fucking pickup character, but obviously I'm not. When niggas leave you at the end of the day, and it was there for a different motive than friendship. So
nah, I think you have high expectations of people, and a lot of people in this hood.
Not really. Let's be real. I got regular.
And a lot of people,
brotherhood expectations.
A lot of people
do what you would do. You think I would do for you? I think if I would do something for you, I think you would do for me. And when I ask you, like, I don't expect you to jump over bridge for me.
And a lot of people have it though.
Go in front of a bullet and fucking take it from me. I'm the actual niggas who take the bullet for you. So that's the difference. It's like, what expectations do I got from people?
Yeah, but a lot of people have it. Yeah, a lot of people haven't though. A lot of people stab you in the back and did some foul shit.
They do, but in this business, okay, you give it. There's a lot of backstabbers in this business, but I'm talking about other people too. Like, regardless, this thing here that we do, it creates narratives.
Yo, bro, listen. Let me say this, man. As a man, I don't want nothing from any of y'all niggas. Only thing, if I want anything from you, is just your friendship, because we've been back in the day. That's all I care about.
A Dr. Phil moment right now. Stop.
But that's what
got me in a Dr. Phil moment. I was crying like a little fucking pussy.
I got my own shit, my nigga. I'm good. I got my family. I got my circle. What the fuck do I need for that? I don't want no. I'm not blowing off no nigga pause for something.
I know that. That's what I'm saying.
Care about these niggas.
What I mean is,
I'm not Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes. What's up with Busta? Right?
You said it.
You like girls right now? I don't even want to know, because again, I told you my story.
Busters gonna fuck you up.
Nobody's fucking me up. They know me better than that. They know me better than that. You know what I'm saying? They know me better.
Tell me how much.
Nobody ever could ever fuck me up. Dolo, 101. Never. Unless you snuck me. You snuck me, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little old now. You might get away with one, but if you
tell me how much. Tell me how much.
I do these dudes.
Tell me how much love you got from me before you go.
I love you, bro. I love you. Like motherfucking cook food, bro. From back then, I'm glad we had this talk. You let me. He was my therapist yesterday, even though you don't know it. Even though I went into the dark side. The light was there when I woke up because I had a fucking hangover like a motherfucker. But I remember the things we talked about, and the main thing was like I cleared my mind of my man D. Devell is a real one. He stood there. He got verbally abused by me. He took me back to the hood. He was directing me when I'm fucked up and I needed help. He was there, laughing, yelling at me, but he stood there with me. And that's the bond there. So it was a great thing that we did. I mean, I had to raise the shit because
yo, we had some good times, man. When we just hanging and chilling, us like messages of funk, full of clips, rough, rugged, and
nothing, no
raw,
money,
point
nigga,
blank.
no money.
We was chilling, having
But
fun,
should
bro.
change, man. When money should be better, right? We should have more fun together. But it is what it is, man. Plus, we're in the same industry, so it's like sometimes we forget.
Yeah, but yo, Q, you and Pun, once Pun got that deal, you and Pun was looking at each other like, yo, we about to do it, twin. Like, we got this.
I was scared. I was like, this show, I know he's doing do it, but I'm next. I'm gonna fucking follow up this act. So this should get you nervous because nigga, some hot lights, nigga, with 1 million people there in front of you. You got a rocket. That's the whole thing for you coming out the project. I mean, Pun, I got the schooling from Pun and Joe, actually. I used to be under them, so I seen how they did it. But when it's your turn, it's still gonna have the butterflies. How they gonna react to my shit? You know what I'm saying? Am I in the same bar as these guys that I'm following?
They put that pretty boy. They put that pretty boy label. They put that pretty boy label on you too, nigga. You was ugly
Joe
nigga.
and them. Joe went in with the pretty boy bullshit. I was married. Nigga got me in mad hot water with shit. You know what I'm saying? So
you can't blame another nigga for that, nigga.
I was a whore.
You signed up for that.
I was a good whore. Like I didn't go and had a cheese guy that I left my wife for. Like I wasn't that, but I was tristing everywhere. I was Trish Master.
Great shit.
Because them niggas, I gotta blame them. Joe was the actual disgusting Trish. He did the word. Anyway, we was around criminals, man, and that's what we did. We was really living what we said. So I come from that school. But what I mean by that is, we disrespected wifeys and shit like that by doing things like that. But at least I didn't leave right away and do the sunshine. I ain't call up and be like, all right, kids, tell your mother I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. I never did that shit. I seen people do that to people. Like, I kept it loyal. Can't even use that word.
I'm talking about another man's situation, motherfucker. That got
nothing. Talking about minds. Like,
you talking about somebody else shit.
I was married.
Yo, we about to go. Shout out. I'm going to give some shout out. Shout out to my man, Ty, Fly Ty Hendrick. Ty was the nigga that every time we used to go have meetings on Tuesdays and shit, we would go to Ty's house on 180th and 800s. You know what I'm saying? The small project houses and shit. That's my man, the producer and shit. Don't fucking act like you don't know, motherfucker. You know everybody.
I don't know nobody. I don't know. Ty,
yes, you know somebody.
If yesterday you told me the name, I would have been like, Ty. I don't know Ty. That's how drunk I was yesterday.
Shut up.
He said something when I was a baby.
Shut up. Salute to my partner Pearl. Salute to my partner DJ Royal Tech.
Let's slow down on the shout outs. My podium, Pearl.
No, I'm not slowing down.
He's in probation right now. Tell him to go to Fat Joe's platform.
He's still my brother. He's still my brother.
Tell Joe to shout Pearl out.
Here we go.
I shouted him Pearl out.
Shout out to Rough, Rugged, and Raw. Shout out to the Riot.
Shout out to all
Riot Life.
Funk Brigade.
Shout out to Gesso and Hype. Shout out to all my peoples, man. Like
shout out to Veg. Don't forget about Veg.
Shout out to Veg and Babs, of course.
Yeah, Veg. Remember Veg? You did that.
Delgado
interview, and you respect Mr. Delgado over there. It might have came out extra dark yesterday, but today I still remember you. That was like 20 years ago. But you and Prospect, y'all owe me an apology. But anyway, because I got mad shit, go through my catalog and see why Cuban deserved to be one of the ones.
No, you one of them.
I'm saying, like, if you go to my catalog, things I did behind the scene and everything.
Your brother saying you one of them ones.
You know what I'm saying? I do got love, man. That's the problem too.
You one of them ones, man. Stop it, man. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
But everything else, you already know what it is.
Give your shout outs before you go.
My shout out is to everybody, man. To all subscribers and subscribe. You know, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, tell them.
I'm gonna tell you right now, don't get disappointed at these views because they ain't gonna be like 42K.
Oh my God, the little
because they're not gonna be here. Because if we was here till the morning,
nobody
like we
cares
was,
about the views. We had a good conversation right now. I'm not drunk. You know what I'm saying? We understand now. I built with you. I cherish the conversation. Those that are watching should have the same. You know, they should cherish that too. That was a piece of history. You know what I'm saying? Look how old this dude is. It's over with. But you know, press the button again. I think you can press the button one more time and you get younger. Only pressed it once, but you need at least three touches.
Yo, I'm out, man. Yo, I'll call you tomorrow or some shit. But get the music done, man.
Salute to the chat, man. Salute to the chat.
Salute to everybody in the chat. Do the music, man. For our fucking
my bad, man. We see I get caught up in good conversation and we forget the chat, man. Next time. But thank you for those that are the super chat. You know, that gave me $5. So we don't do this for this, but we would appreciate if you donate to the revolution because the Cuban revolution will be televised. Salute. Big D. Pause.